morning, good every. Music is... Sorry, that was really loud for me. Good morning, good evening, everything in between. How are we all today? Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Have we been staying safe and making good choices? We are so back. I don't know why I'm numbat today, because I thought I finished stream previously as Red Panda, but I looked at my screen and I was like, oh, I'm a numbat today. Well, we're gonna roll with it. Ready for pain? I'm so ready for pain, and we are so back. I am ready to sub my eyes out. I am so ready for emotions. You have no idea. I have missed this so much. We are back. We are loving Wednesdays. We are going to tell you about this new art in the character volume sliders if you want to pad for time. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, we're winning! Yes. See, we will probably go through all of the stories again because I'm an emotional baby, and then we'll go through the art book. And we also probably need to... What the hell was that? Fuck? Sorry, that was a really loud bang outside. Wait, did that come through? What was the housemate? That's fine. Your volume's a bit low? Oh, it do be like that. Oh my god, hi! So yeah, there's so many things. I want to be careful because I know I'm gonna get louder. So let me know if I'm still a bit too low, and I can try and bring the volume up a bit more. But I know in here it's already nearly in the red according to OBS, so like I want to be a little bit careful for that. Because if I raise my voice, we're fucked. But yeah, so firstly, as you guys saw on Twitter, big things happened while I was in the US, and now, you know, with Wells hair, we've done big things lately. And I do want to say that I feel very grateful for the opportunity that I was given with this, and I'm going to make sure to do my absolute best as was a great US of A. Yeah! But I am really grateful for the opportunity that I have been given with this, and I hope to do well as a bellflower because I'm not gonna lie, chat, I didn't think this was ever gonna be something that I would be like lucky enough to be a part of. So like, oh my god, am I right? Hope you had an amazing time at Offkai. Thank you! It was definitely a very exciting time. I was like, oh my god! Next step in Mari's career. No, absolutely not. I'm a baby. I'm just a baby. But yeah, so as you all know, I am incredible at shilling. Trust me, my sources say that I am the best when it comes to shill, and because of that, I was very lucky enough that I have been given a code now. I have my first ever code, guys. How crazy is that? It's like we're so back, and I know a lot of people were guessing when they heard others announcing that they had a code, that their code would be, like, their codes were all of their names, so there was some really good guesses of, like, oh, like, Mari's code's gonna be like Aurelia, or it's gonna be... There were a few guesses for I Miss Millie, based, but no. Part of me thought I Miss Her would be a really, really funny one. But we didn't go with... How did I get Millied for that? What the heck? I'm just explaining! But yeah, it really came down to two options for me when, like, cause they gave us the option to, like, have, like, our own choice on there, and I had two options. And I sat there giggling about them both because both of them are funny. Because I Miss Her would be so funny as a card. And I was like, please, don't do it. And then I was like, but chill, Aurelia. And so I am very grateful that they let me be a little bit silly with my first ever card, because I feel like it's a very exciting, memorable thing. This is my first time ever getting a card and being able to, like, you know, be a part of something like this. So I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, okay, ready? Are you ready for my show voice? If you use my code Chillrilia in the store, you will get a 10% off discount. So you can use that 10% to make sure that you can get extra millies. I mean, what a deal! But yeah, I wanna, because like they have some amazing sales at the moment, so do feel free to click the image. The image is clickable, and it should lead you directly to their store, because it doesn't for me. So like obviously I've done it correctly if it works fine for me. But yeah, if you click their store, you will be able to use that code, and it does give you a 10% off. Use Mari's discount code to buy merch so Mari can get paid so she can buy merch. Exactly! I need more millies. You know what? I need the Millie Eater bag. It's so important. Trust me, trust me. And yes, I now have a, if Neki or Mori do exclamation Chillrilia, there is a new prompt for that if I didn't fuck it up, which I don't think I fucked it up. I tested everything. Everything should be live and perfect. Yeah! Let's go! See? We're so good. No, you're not allowed. Be gone! Wait. The timing of that! Someone else was like, oh, advertising. Oh my god. Wait. The person was kind of based for that timing though. They saw that opportunity and they ran with them. But yeah, help support my Millie Eater Bag dreams and make your purchases using my code Chillrilia, which is impossible to forget. Let's be real, Chillrilia is an iconic card. And then yeah, help support my dream of many, many millies. I have a good collection so far, but I need more. So do your part to help my dreams become real by buying like why is it always weeb? I don't know. Okay, I don't know actually. Hi. You must return to where you started. So true. The hi. I'm a red panda again. We've got accidentally banned one time. Oh my god. It just never ends for Weeb. Damn. Yo. But yeah, I do want to say thank you to Shura, who put that image together for me very last minute. I think I asked over the weekend if it was possible. Hi Kaida, welcome, welcome, hello. I asked like Sunday, I think. I was like, Shira, can you help me? And originally I asked Shira to do like one of the cute little banners and then I'd put text. And then Shira was like, no, I have an idea. And I was like, oh, let's go. And then Shira showed me the concepts. And then I was like, absolutely. So I do really want to say thank you to Shira, who really, really helped put this all together and kind of like made it look as best as like it is incredible. Like, is it not the cutest thing ever? I was fighting for my life. You were fighting for your life and you were an icon for it. Because, oh my god, did you do incredible. And it's so cute and it should work perfectly on any background. You don't think she's cute? Yeah, that's my mama. But yeah, I was really excited because I wanted, like, gonna dip because I've sinned and not played twofold yet. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure you stay safe, make good choices, and I hope that when you do play twofold, you let us know so I can bother you for how you feel, because I love twofold so much. So you're gonna have an incredible time. Play twofold. Run the shill. I'm pretty sure I still have it. Yeah, there it is. Me last night. If you don't say she's cute, I'll smack you with a shovel. There you go, chat. If you do not call me cute, my mama will come for you. Like, she's ready. She's ready to fight. It's gonna happen. But yeah, guys, it's so huge, right? I had to keep that, like, the whole announcement, like, a secret. And as you guys know, I suck at keeping secrets. So I was very brave. I was I was so good at keeping that secret. Hey, please look down in the description of Mari's channel. What do you mean? What's in the description? Oh yeah, the panels. Sorry, I forget that people are like, oh my god, that's in your description, because the panels in my brain are a completely separate thing. But yeah, you can see it in the panels, in between rules and about, because I was silly like that. Gold star for keeping that secret, right? Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. I'm getting so good at being able to surprise you guys now and not accidentally tell you what I'm working on. She deserves a treat, chat, don't you think? Exactly, I do deserve a treat. Like, if you guys buy something on the... Hell yeah! I love the music in the background, just really setting the mood. I was literally... I opened the, like, music, like, I opened it, and I was like, oh... As soon as the first note hit me, I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry tonight, y'all. And Mari's friend, she has keycaps she really wants. Oh my god, the unknown keycaps are like in my head rent-free. Like, as some of you know, I bought a new keyboard and I've been going insane because there's white keys on the keyboard. And I hate having items that are white. Oh! Thank you for the gifted! Thank you so much, Mori. Thank you. God bless. Let's go! Kinda got one. We're so back. Caps got one. We're so back. But yeah, oh my god. I have an absolute hatred for white keycaps, like, and like anything that is white when it comes to like decoration, like apparel. Like, I don't like using white for things because, like, I own a Malamute, I own a grey cat. Dude, it's not a good combination. So like, I don't like it. It's like everything I own is like reds and darker. It's always like darker reds too. I think the lightest I have in terms of color in like my wardrobe, for example, is a turtleneck that is like a dark maroon color. So I have white keycaps and I'm going insane. I need them off the keyboard. Oh my god. No, okay. I know we're meant to be started on this, but let me tell you this, like, fucking story. Okay. I thought I had found a really good keyboard that had all black keys, right? Right? I rock up to the place and I'm like, oh, like, do you have a tester for the keyboard, because I'm very specific about keyboard sounds? And they were like, no, but we have this. And they gestured to like a general, like, these are the different switches. And I knew that they were a blue switch, so I pressed it, and the way that my body, like, recoiled. So I learned that I don't like blue switches. And so I did not buy it. It was not a good time. Oh, it was bad. So then I had to go to a different place. And then this guy recommended the exact same keyboard that Mori and my housemate recommended me for a new keyboard in general to like build. Aren't you glad a certain person told you to? Mori has saved my ass on numerous times because Mori was like, I think you need to check before you buy that one. And I was like, okay, I don't see why there would be any reason why I like, you know, why I wouldn't like it. But yeah, alright, I'll like, surely it's fine. No, I hated it. I hated it so bad, chat. I hated it so bad. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, so being recommended this keyboard, knowing that I would eventually have to buy this exact keyboard once I got the keycaps that I wanted, I was just like, fine, I'll just buy the keyboard today and I will grin. I will be very brave. Thank you for the hydrate, Redeem. Let me take a sip. So I was very brave, and I am very brave still. But I was really mad because I was like, this keyboard is so ugly with its white keys and its one orange key. I was so mad. The orange key was making me so mad. Like, I don't know what it was. I just hated this one single orange key on the keyboard. And so I open it up and Mori is listening to me like talk shit about this one key. Like, I'm bullying the fuck out of that key. And then I see that there's some spare ones in the like thing. And so I look, and they have that exact key in black. And so then I had to look up a YouTube tutorial about how to remove keys so that I could then put the key in instead. And then I got a little bit less angry at the keyboard. But then also, as soon as I turned on the keyboard, it just lit up in colors. And I was like, oh god, it's no, I can't do this. I can't do bright lights. And then Mori was like, just turn it off. But then I was like looking through it, and it has like single color options, and so I'm learning to love having a light in my keyboard because I was like, I don't want lights, I don't want any of that. I just want a black keyboard. But I'm learning to love it because it's like a yellowy orange color and it kind of looks nice with the black keys. We pretend that the white keys they're not there. Why is Twitch so homophobic lately? Leary had the exact same issue. Wait, I need lights because I'm a nighttime gamer. Okay, no, you're real for that. I just refuse to like... if I make a spelling error, I grin and bear it. I will just tap at that keyboard and hope that I'm going right. The reason that's what's best recommended is that it's just the cheapest but most worth it keyboard for features. Not real. I got a new mouse lately though and it has lights in it and the default setting was blinding. Oh god. See, that's why I like my mouse. It's like... the brightest it has is a temporary, like, blue, quick, like, movement as it goes around the outside of it. And it's not very bright. It's also pink, so it's very cute. It's a very cute pink mouse. I love it so much. I also apparently just never knew how to like set this, like apparently there was stuff that I was meant to do with this mouse and then just never did it. But you know, it's just a little guy. But yeah, so I have a new keyboard, I have a new card. So many things are changing in front of our very eyes, chat. We're building an entire situation before us. Default DPI settings, yeah! And then if I press the button in the middle, it gets very annoying because then my mouse barely moves unless I'm like fucking holding my hand around there. So yeah. And then I'm not gonna change it. I like how it moves. It's funky. Why would I change it? Apparently I should change it because of Valorant, but like, why would I change it? Valorant can just get over it. But yeah. So anyways, that's everything about like the last couple of weeks, because we talked about Offkai with Rai. I mean, DPI settings just depend on preference for the most part. Exactly, and I'm just a basic bitch. I don't need fancy things. So I'm pretty good with the base, you know? You know? But yeah, let's jump across and hope that I set this up correctly and it's not gonna bite me in the ass because I changed something after us. Oh, we're so back. Look at that. What is a stream of mine without just a little bit of scuff, guys? Hear me out. I'm here. See, we're so back. Are we ready to be emotional today, guys? I'm ready to be emotional. Like, Lord, am I ready to be emotional. My mouse there. Alrighty. Also, this is gonna be my first stream with my new mic where I'm reading things. Thank you so much for joining, Kaida. Stay safe, make good choices. Have a good rest of your day. Wait, I love this. Oh my god, the baby. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh! My god. Wait, this is actually gorgeous. Wait, this is... You know what? Absolutely perfect. Teen Santa. I also read it as Teen Santa. Oh my god. Look at the kitty. What a baby. August, my beloved. I'm sorry, but like the text, there's nothing cool to say about Olive. They don't have any friends or anything like that. They just want to stay out of everyone's business and not bother them. What is this? There's so many cool things to say about you, Olive. Don't you listen to anybody. I have your back 100%. Just damn, you can't do it to them like that. Oh my god. Mom. The coolest mom ever. It's so true. I love the opposites. Wait, this is actually so cute. I like this. I like how much more personalized it is than just like an image of them. This is so good. Oh my god, it's Ari. Auntie Ari! This name still sends me. I'm sorry. It's so funny. Stinks at coloring. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm not old. I'm only a couple million years old. That's not old. Look at Mom. Isn't she just perfect? My mental health is kept in the fact that I have 3 moms. Well, no, I have 4 moms because also Shira, but these 3 are also mom. You know what I mean? The mental health is kept in these moms. I love them. Come on, get her remember how cute this is. This is so cute. Voice emphasis. True. Mothering. I'm sorry, I can't get over this. Apologize to Olive right now. Like, apologize to Olive. We don't stand this. Apologize. There's so many cool things to say about Olive. No. I can't believe this. But they're so scrunky. Didn't touch the extras yet. Turn to the main menu. It's my most favorite person you're being mean to. Yeah, how could you do that? Imagine these are in-universe notes Caprice made and they find, oh my god, that would actually be the cutest. Oh, it's gonna be so crying. We ready to cry, chat? I'm so ready. August ends her day with a tired sigh, flipping the sign on the door of the diner from open to close. The Bell House seems like an entirely different restaurant after hours. She'd been here countless times as a customer, but never once experienced the peace and quiet of the place when the lights were dimmed and the last customer had long since left. She sits down at the front counter, grateful for her first chance to rest in hours. I think you can't hear me properly. Let me fix that. Alright, there we go. After an entire day of running back and forth, taking orders, delivering food, and cleaning tables, August feels both her muscles and mind aching. She reaches into her apron's front pocket and pulls out a wadded pile of bills, the fruits of her labor. She does her best to straighten them up as she counts the day's wages, but she's so exhausted that she half-heartedly piles them up as she goes. She almost loses count when a white takeaway box and to-go cup unexpectedly drop in front of her. Ariel smiles warmly when August looks at her, taking a seat beside her.
August. Sorry about the crazy first day. I don't normally condone trial by fire, but well, everything will seem easy after this, right?
That's true. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I could survive another week of this.
Goodness, no, dear. I'd quit if we had a whole week of nights like these. How'd you do?
Alright, I think. The table numbers gave me trouble at first, but I think I've got it now.
That's great. I knew you'd get the hang of it in no time.
Ariel nods to the to-go boxes in front of her.
This is yours. Remember, you'll always have a hot meal here, even if you're not working.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Of course. I'm gonna finish up cleaning up the kitchen, but you take your time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn the music down and the voices up.
Let me know if you need anything, okay?
August nods as Ariel stands up and disappears into the kitchen. She peeks into the to-go box, her favorite meal within, obviously fresh out of the kitchen. A voice emphasis option. Is that it's just gonna make it even, like, louder? She feels a light flutter in her stomach, a feeling she's only just started to get used to. She says another thank you to the owner, this time for the little one. August has known about her pregnancy for a month now. Since then, she's started making arrangements to the best of her ability. Oh, okay. He's not rich, nor does she have her parents to rely on, and her boyfriend, as great as he has been for the years they've been together since high school, is still only a boyfriend. So August dropped out of college last week. Her textbooks, still in pristine condition, are sitting in a corner of her kitchen. She would go back soon, she promised to herself. For now, there was someone, infinitely more important to prepare for. August puts a hand on her stomach. The fluttering begins again. August smiles to herself. This is new for her, and a little scary. But more than anything, she feels a love in her heart that she wants to nurture and protect. She dons her coat and hat once she's done eating and bids farewell to Ariel, the only other person who knows about her pregnancy, and the one who has offered her this job with a generous wage to help out. Okay, yeah. Fix that as well. That should be good then. Hey. I can hear Cinder meowing, and I don't know if that's because she wants to come in. So if I disappear suddenly, that's because she's yelling at the door too much, and that means she wants in. She didn't want in to start off with, so I don't know if that's she wants in. So this will also contain pregnancy discussions. Let's go!
What about something like Melanie?
I think Melanie is a wonderful name.
Maybe. I do like M names.
Adelaide gives Charlie a mischievous grin, and Mike chuckles a little from the other side of the kitchen. The smell of roasted vegetables and chicken fills the home.
Okay. How about Marigold? Or Madeline?
I also think Marigold is a cute name. I'm just saying.
I think something cute would be good.
She's definitely gonna be a cutie. I mean, look at her parents.
So true. Adelaide laughs as Charlie leans over, speaking close to her belly.
When are you becoming cutie? Your poor mama can barely walk, you know.
Oh.
With a clatter, Mike drops whatever he was washing and rushes over as Adelaide's laughter stops abruptly, and she places a careful hand on her stomach.
Oh gosh. Adelaide, deep breaths.
Is it time? You okay? Charlie, can you start the car?
No, wait. It's not that. She's just... Oh, she's kicking a lot.
Charlie and Mike heave a huge sigh of relief in unison. Mike stays by his wife's side, holding her hand. Why do I have no, reading comprehension today? Millie attack.
Sure?
Oh my god.
Do you want me to call the nurses again? Just in case?
Can I just say, I really like this, the little... I like this. It keeps drawing my attention. It's so...
I'm okay, love. I mean it. She's just active at dinner time. You know that.
I think it's because I downed 3 Red Bulls and half a liter of coffee, then maybe no, not half a liter, half of a 2 liter of coffee. It's always oversight.
I can't imagine being that far along. My feet are already sore, and I'm just a couple of months in.
Half of 2 liters is a liter. What am I doing? Why did I just say a liter? Fine.
Well, you are pretty tiny. Your stomach will probably be the size of you by June.
I'll probably have to roll to the hospital.
Aww. They all laugh together now. The previous scare already faded away. There are many of these now that Adelaide's due date is in just a couple weeks. What do you mean, what the fuck? Why are you shocked at 3? Mike stands up just as the timer sets on the stove begins beeping.
Dinner's ready.
He moves to the stove and begins fussing over the food within. Charlie smiles and leans over the table, speaking in a hushed voice.
So, how's he handling it?
I love them so much. They're my moms, I'm just saying.
Actually, this is a good day. I sighed a little bit too loudly yesterday, and he was already grabbing the to-go bag.
He's always been a worrywart.
You know he packed 2 go bags? One's in the car and one's in our room. The poor nurses have fielded 50 calls in the past 3 days alone.
Oh, my heart.
Aw, he's so sweet.
Adelaide smiles warmly and nods. Mike returns to the table, the big ceramic platter in his mitted hand steaming.
I followed the recipe, but I'm not sure if the vegetables are cooked. But they started burning, so...
It's safe to say they're cooked. He sets the dish in the middle of the table, slipping off his gloves and tossing them onto the counter behind him. He avoids eye contact with both Charlie and Adelaide all the while, sheepishly staring down at the food.
It looks great, Mike.
He sits at the table next to Adelaide, and the 3 take a minute to serve their plate. It's a familiar scene by now. Charlie's spot at the table had been there before Mike's, and it was because of her that she and Adelaide had met Mike years ago. To this day, Adelaide teases Charlie over her ability to rear-end a parked vehicle. As the dinner nears its end, the 3 stay seated, chatting small matters over sparkling waters and picking at their plates. Adelaide keeps glancing at Charlie, trying to hide a look that her friend knows only as wants to say something. Charlie lasts about 3 seconds before finally pressing the matter.
Aid, what's up?
It's just, you know...
She pushes some vegetables on her plate around, biting her lip as she seems to revise her next sentence in her head. She looks at Mike for help. He takes a moment to fold over a napkin on the table.
We wanted to offer you a room here, if you want.
What?
Adelaide elbows Mike with a stern but warm look. He gives her a bewildered stare in return as she shakes her head in exasperation.
I love you so much, Charlie. You know that, right? Mike loves you too. You're always going to be our family.
Adelaide reaches out and grabs her friend's hand.
You're so important to me. I hope you know you're always welcome in our home, no matter what. And newborns are tough, you know? You'll need time off work to rest and recover and... well, everything.
I already asked for a split leave at the shop. I'll stay here with Adelaide for a month, and then I have another month to use down the line if you need anything.
You could stay with us, and if anything happens, we'll both be here for you.
Charlie feels a lump rise in her throat, looking at her earnest expression. He looks down at their hands, locked together on the table. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Gently, she squeezes Adelaide's hands before releasing them. She smiles at her friends before her.
I love you too, but Mike, you need to stay with Adelaide for as long as you can take time off. And Adelaide, you need to rest too. Spend time with your little girl and your husband. Don't go worrying about me like always. I have to do this on my own. I need to.
Charlie...
I have to prove to myself that I can do this on my own.
The house falls silent. Adelaide fidgets with her braid, the 100 objections spinning around in her head dissolving whenever she looks at Charlie's soft and determined eyes.
Are you sure?
I am.
Then... okay. Just one thing, please.
Charlie nods. Adelaide reaches out her hands again to her. When Charlie takes her hands, Adelaide gestures to Mike. He puts his hand in the embrace too.
You're not alone. Always remember that, okay? If you need anything, I mean anything, let us know.
Seeing the ring,
I don't care if it's 3 in the morning and you just want to come over and crash for an hour so you can nap. We're here for you.
Charlie looks between Mike and Adelaide. Their hands hold her in firmly. She knows without a doubt in her mind that Adelaide means every word. The home is quiet, yet the overflow of love and understanding between the three seated at the kitchen table fills the silence.
Huh.
Yippee! I had a thought in my head, but I don't think I can mention it on stream right now. But I had a thought in my head. I'm gonna put that in Necky's DM so I don't forget it, because I'm a forgetful person, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I knew I was gonna forget that, so I just put that in, like, the first DMs I had open. So I'm not gonna forget about it.
Shh. It's okay, little Millie. Look what I have here. It's from Grandpa Cal.
Adelaide bounces the tiny baby in her arms, who squirms and fusses and wrinkles her face in response. She shakes the cloth kitten near Millie's face until its little dance catches her attention. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you, thank you. Match her? What? What do you mean match? Wait, what? The baby reaches... Yeah, the thought wasn't... Star Eyes, I mean. Yippee! I don't know what just flashed on my screen, but you know what? I don't know either. Yeah, it was a cute thought. It wasn't sad, guys. It was adorable. I went, wait, that's a cute idea and I need to write it somewhere so I don't forget. Guys, I promise it was good. Trust me. And it was a thought about Millie. The baby reaches for the toy and grips it tightly with both hands. She stares at its face with huge eyes and after a couple moments erupts into delighted giggles. Charlie looks on tenderly, rubbing her own growing belly. Her dad, Cal, sits in a nearby chair with a confident display of pride that his gift was so gleefully accepted. Little baby.
Oh my gosh, I can't take her. How is she so cute?
She takes after her mom.
Wait, did I realize last time that they're matching? Wait. They were matching. I can't do this. We're fine.
Can't argue with that.
I'm gonna go insane. The white festive lights decorating the small living room fill it with a warm glow. A modest amount of small wrapped gifts sit under the tree in the corner of the room. Mike reaches under the tree and grabs another present at random. With a cursory glance at the name, he passes it over to Charlie.
This is from us.
It couldn't be from anyone else, really. Charlie raises her eyebrows and turns over the small bright red cube in her hands. She gives it a little shake, turning her head to hear the contents within. Cal smirks a little and shakes his head.
What? It's good luck, isn't it?
Right.
She smiles warmly in return to her dad's sigh, unwrapping the present as she hums to herself.
This is beautiful. I know you're not too into jewelry, but I couldn't resist. Tell her about the flower, Mike.
It's a violet. It's the flower for February.
This is so cute.
You're due the 8th, right? We thought it'd be a pretty safe bet. Don't worry, we got you a lot of diapers and clothes too. It's just... I wanted to buy something for you. And don't feel like you have to wear it. It just...
Adelaide, no. I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Callie fiddles with the latch, trying to get the clasp on the impossibly tiny loop. Cal watches for just a moment before kneeling down and placing his hands over hers.
Your mother always loved jewelry like this, but she could never get the latch either.
He laughs a little to himself. Charlie and her dad hadn't spoken much in the last few years, not until recently. It's been slow and uneasy. Charlie didn't know how to tell him she was expecting, and her dad had never been the emotional type. But they're getting there. As Charlie looks at the bracelet on her wrist, her growing belly, and her dad's soft expression, she feels a comfort she didn't realize she's been missing. Adelaide bounces the baby in her arms as little Millie starts to lose interest in the doll, pushing her softly.
Shush.
Oh, why don't you let me hold her for a bit? Take a rest.
Hello, Choo-choo!
Hey, Millie. How's it going?
Baby.
You know, your mom is really amazing. She loves you so much, too. She's just the best person and working so hard, and you are too.
Oh no, Charlie. Hey.
Not the Among Us eyes. I forgot about the Among Us eyes. Oh my god. I forgot about them. I've been reminded. Oh my god. I can't believe they got snuck in.
Sorry. Hormones. I love all of you so much.
Oh, you softie.
You sure you're okay? Do you want a glass of water?
He is a little creature.
Want me to take her?
No, I'm really okay. I'm just happy.
She wants to expand on it, but she knows she'll just cry more if she tries. Sally looks down at Millie with blurry eyes, letting her grab her fingers with her little hands. In just a few months, her family will grow by one more.
I can't wait for you to meet Caprice, Millie. I'm sure you'll be best friends.
This is all about the parents. Okay, I need to quickly mute. My baby is actually at the door now screaming. Give me a second. Tragic news, my mic is too high of a quality that I tried to turn it on to sneak you guys some Cinder yells. It's, it's too high quality. It didn't pick it up like it would have in the old one. Finally drove the trauma. Yippee! Yippee! Caprice is coloring. The big pink crayon in her hand moves with conviction, filling the paper with pink scribbles and pink circles and pink lines. It's great! She glances at the guy next to her. He's coloring quietly too, and he smiles down at Caprice and ruffles her hair. He's nice. But he's not Mom, so Caprice keeps coloring, passing time. She already saw all her favorite fish today, so there's nothing else to do. It is super soulful. I know, and I'm so grateful for it.
Caprice!
There's my mom!
Mom! Look! Oh, how wonderful, honey. We'll have to frame this when we get home.
Just so you know, Cheer, the emotional support is kept in the parents of Twofold. Yes, she did it! Caprice is so happy to see her mom. She better make this picture even better if it's going to be framed.
Thanks again for watching her, Sam.
Don't worry about it. She's the best.
You do get to see a hatless Caprice. I am a firm believer of Caprice with hat always. 10 out of 10.
Still, please let me get you a coffee or something to say thanks.
I'm lucky enough to finally get a turn hanging out with her. Really, no worries. Is your chore still going on? How about you go grab lunch with Cappy here? I'll finish it for you.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm already walking away. Have fun, you two.
Mom sighs and waves goodbye to Sam. She seems tired. Caprice proudly rolls up her drawing and hops off her chair.
Was Sam nice?
Thank you so much for dropping by. Stay safe, make good choices.
Yeah, he stinks at coloring.
So
I
true.
saw. You'll have to teach him. I'll try.
Caprice doubted he could ever learn.
So, what do you want to eat? Mac and cheese! Again? Again! Okay, mac and cheese it is.
Caprice smiles. She loves when they can eat lunch together. They go to Caprice's favorite place. The inside is bright and decorated, and there's a million things to look at. Most importantly, Mom always gets her a milkshake here after lunch. Caprice looks at all the walls while her mom counts the paper to pay for the
Is
meal.
it good? Are you hungry, Mom? No, I'm okay. You better eat up, though, or I might just steal that milkshake anyway.
My heart. Caprice pretends to hide the milkshake, but really, she always leaves some extra for Mom.
Do you have fun at the aquarium, Caprice? I like the otters, and the big tank with all the fish.
Caprice wonders why her mom asks her questions like this so much. She always looks so worried when she does too. Her actual favorite thing about the aquarium is when her mom tells her all about the fish, even if she's heard it all a million times. Her mom gets busy though, so they can't do it often.
I wish I could walk around with you, though.
Oh. Mom looks a little sad
But
again.
the other people are really nice too, so it's okay.
Her mom smiles but looks away. Caprice puts her milkshake back on the table, then unfurls the drawing in her pocket. Her secret weapon to cheer her up.
Mom, can you finish it for me? Oh, are you all done? Yep. Okay, so what What do you want to title it?
Big Blue!
It's modeled after her favorite tank in the aquarium. It's the biggest one, with the most fish in it. She even drew the pink rocks on the bottom. Her mom writes Big Blue nice and pretty on the back of the drawing and puts the date. She passes it back to Caprice to sign, and she does so with a strong swoop of her pencil.
Done!
Good job. Will you hold on to it for me until we get home?
Okay.
Are you done eating?
Yep. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
I love you too, honey. Let's head back now, okay?
That one gets to me every time in like this insane way. Like, god damn it. Okay. This one will have content warning of death and mortality, just for anyone who was not here when we went through it. Just to warn you. Yippee! Millie bounds into her home, her backpack flopping up and down on her shoulders. Spring break, she thinks to herself, nearly tripping as she kicks off her
I'm
shoes.
home.
What's the morning where she looks so happy?
Welcome
No!
home. I'm in the kitchen. I'm making some fruit bowls. Go wash up, okay?
Okay. Where's Mom?
In the reading room, I think.
Up and up the stairs to wash up and then get her bags packed. But first,
Mom, hi!
Oh, Millie, welcome home. How was school?
Great. It's spring break now.
So I heard.
Millie glances at the book in her mom's hands. She recognizes the cover. It's floated around their house for a few weeks. Every once in a while, its bright cover opened and a new edition scrolled into the pages. Compared to all her other journals, this one was definitely the nicest. But her mom, who usually filled a page or more a day, was going through this one at a glacial pace. Her mom, possibly noticing Millie's eyes trailing to the cover of the book, clears her throat and rubs the top of Millie's head.
Anyway, Millie, are you excited? I already spoke to Charlie. She said she'll be by in a couple hours to pick you up.
I am.
Millie's been lucky enough to be able to have a sleepover at Caprice's a few times a month, and tonight is their first full weekend sleepover. Mom looks back down at the book in her hands for a moment.
I've been writing this book for you, you know? I just wasn't sure when the right time would be to share it with you. But I think there is no right time.
Mom smiles the way she smiles when she didn't really want to smile. Millie looks at the back cover of the book.
Do you want to read it together?
With an uncertain nod, Millie curls up on the ground, wrapping herself up in a soft blanket. Her mom gingerly reaches down to sit as well, pressing her back against the couch and adjusting the pillow. It's as close they can get to a pillow fort nowadays, but just as oh my god, but just as cozy. Millie lays with her head snuggled up under her mom's arm, and her mom flips open to the first page of her homemade story.
To those I love.
Mom hesitates before turning the page.
The pages within are dedicated to you, my family, who I will love forever after.
A knock on the door stops them at the second page.
Hey, loves. Wanna...
Dad began his words smiling, but his voice and mood falters when he spots the two of them on.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I was just about to read this. Why don't you join us?
He stays quiet. Placing the fruit bowls down, he steps over to where Millie and her mom are seated, hands in pockets.
Adelaide, can we talk about this?
Honey.
Let's not do this now. Can we find something else to read?
Mike, we have to talk about it sometime. I already spoke to Charlie and...
But we don't need to do it now. We're fine. It's a simple procedure.
And it won't be the last. Millie's old enough now. The more we dance around it, the harder it'll be for her.
Millie watches her mom grab her dad's hand and squeezes it tightly. They look at each other for just a moment, and Millie shifts a little in the uncomfortable atmosphere.
Listen, honey. I need to do this while I still have the courage. After we read it, we can talk as a family, okay?
Millie nods because she feels like she has to. Her dad sits on the other side of her, taking her hand in his, and putting his arm around the both of them. The family sits together in the sunset-lit room, snuggled up on the floor against the couch, as Adelaide begins reading a sad story.
To Mike, my one and only love. My greatest wish has always been to share our lives together.
Millie sits listening, her heart heavy. Her mom continues reading, page after page, in a soft voice.
And failing that, I wish you find happiness. Continue living and know I'm always beside you, rooting for you. Millie, my little one. Please, never stop reaching for the stars. You deserve to shine.
She continues, pulling Millie a bit closer, reading out her final wishes, asking those around her to find happiness, to dare to search for it. Millie pulls her mom closer to her.
Being your mom has been my life's greatest gift, and I will always love you. Even when I can't be here, I hope you know your mom is cheering you on.
Millie glances up at her. She is staring at the back cover, a difficult expression adorning her face. Oh. She is crying. Millie tries to make sense of the last few months, as she does usually. Millie wonders if her mom is going to be okay. Millie doesn't understand it, but a part of her thinks she won't be. Millie thinks her mom must be dying. Millie reaches up to dry her mom's tears, unaware of her own beginning to pull up. To her side, her dad is silent, but holding the three of them even tighter now.
I love you both so much.
We love you too.
We still have so much time, so let's make the most of it, okay? We'll fill this book up together, Millie. I'll write you stories and answer any questions you ask me, so you'll always have a bit of me by your side.
Millie tries to say something, but nothing comes out. More tears roll down her cheeks. Her mom wipes her face.
Let's keep smiling, okay?
Millie nods, hard, against her parents' supporting shoulders.
I love you, Mom.
She feels her dad kiss her on the top of her head. The day passes quietly, filled with more small moments. The three eat fruit bowls together and laugh about nothing in particular. Millie sits with her parents as they explain what cancer is. Her mom pulls Millie in a tight hug after they finish packing her sleepover bag. When Charlie arrives to pick her up, Charlie hugs all three of them too. The priest volunteers to bring Millie's things into the car. They promise to have fun together. Millie gives her mom another bigger hug, the kind where she uses all of her strength and wishes her good luck at the hospital. The story they read at the back of her mind, Millie looks outside the car window as they drive to Caprice's house. She'll do her best to make sure her mom can keep smiling. This is my third time going through that. Why did I almost cry again? God. We're fine. So content warning, this one will contain implied emotional abuse. Yes, yeah, no, real. It doesn't get any less heartbreaking. It's fine. We're so back. It's the voice acting, I swear. Like, every time, like, you hear some of the lines and how they're delivered, oh, this breaks me. It's fine. Olive pushes their face deeper into their scarf. They walk slow to stay next to their mom. Doesn't seem to mind the cold as much.
I hate fall.
Wait until you hear about winter.
Olive sighs dramatically. The leaves cover the ground and make it impossible to spot the places where the sidewalk is broken, occasionally tripping them. The wind is way too cold and fast. The colors on the trees are way less colorful in real life than the books. They're just yellow and brown and dead. Not to mention the days get shorter, so the sun is already disappearing. Getting colder by the minute. Olive really hates fall.
We're almost there.
Olive bet they still had a long to go. As the streetlights come on, Olive reaches up to hold their mom's hand. They're going to Auntie Ari's restaurant. They go there for dinner a lot, especially on days like these when mom and dad fight.
Why don't you tell me about your day at school?
It was fine, I guess.
Did you make any new friends?
No.
Baby. Their mom squeezes their hand supportively.
I'm sure you will soon. Be positive. You're a great kid, Ollie.
Ollie doesn't really want to talk about it.
August and little Olive. Come in, come in.
Auntie Ari waves from the back of the restaurant. Olive waves back while their mom quickly clears off their usual
Hey,
table.
you two. Had to get out of the house again?
Yeah. You know how he is.
Dad got mad about the laundry.
Olive, please. That's not nice.
Olive rolls her eyes and pretends to look over the kids' menu. Mom is too nice.
Want me to teach him a lesson?
We're fine. He's just tired. That's all.
Honey. Auntie Ari exchanges a look with Olive, who shrugs. She sighs, places a hand on Mom's, and squeezes it.
Are you still dropping Olive off tomorrow? You have your exam soon, right?
Right. Actually, I think I'll be okay, so I'll come by for my shift instead.
Olive knows Mom doesn't really have exams. Every time she says she's going to study, she opens a book for a little bit, then walks away and starts cleaning or something. She must have her reasons, though. But Olive doesn't say anything when Auntie Ari protests.
Okay, so you need to study. How many classes did you take this semester? 3?
Just the one, actually.
Even more reason.
They go back and forth for a while.
While I'm at it, are you okay, Olive?
I guess.
Olive wilts under Auntie Ari's eyes. They didn't really want to get into the middle of it.
Look, August, if you need the shift, of course you can come.
Thank you.
But please, take me up on my offer to cover it anyway. Why don't you take them out for a fun day? They're too gloomy for a kid their age.
Auntie Ari pats Olive's hand and then gets up to take care of other tables.
Do you want to go out tomorrow, honey?
It does cranky.
You should work, Mom.
I don't really need to. We'll be fine this month.
Are you sure?
You really are too serious for your age. Come on, we'll have fun.
Mom pulls out a nearby newspaper. She flips through the pages.
Look, there's gonna be a fun event at the zoo tomorrow. Why don't we go?
Olive tries not to look excited. That would be fun. I love the little smile. Like, look at that face. What a baby. But they've had to cancel plans so many times before.
They're gonna have a partnership with the aquarium and do a tour?
Baby. As their mom goes on, Olive shifts a little closer to look at the article despite them. She angles the article so Olive can see and continues reading. Only a couple moments before Olive scoots up closer to her to listen. Auntie Ari doesn't say anything when she comes by with the food, as Olive chimes in on which of the events they'd like to visit. They sit together and let their food go cold, excitedly chatting about tomorrow. The baby. God. Looks so the little face. Death. Mortality. Let's go.
Why don't you go ask them to play?
Olive sits on the swing, their legs half-hearted, kicks the only thing pushing them at all. Just remembered which one this is and I'm like, fuck! Their mom gestures to the two girls playing across the park, tilting her head towards them all the while.
It's okay.
You could literally hear me just fumble the speaking as I remembered what we're about to get into and I was like, oh!
I
Oh!
don't really want to.
Oh, don't give me that, sweetie. What's wrong?
If they wanted to play with me, they'd ask. I'll just bother them.
Honey. It's not like that, Ollie. You have to put yourself out there.
So it's really, I know, but in my head, I've like mentally split the like this one into two. So every time I remember it is actually the one, I'm like, because it happened with like when Lucky was streaming it, I was like listening, and I went, oh shit, wait, oh shit, wait. On cue, the shoulder of the two girls suddenly points at the two on the swings, speaking loudly to her mom. When her mom nods, she and the other girl dash over.
Want to play obstacle course?
Look at the babies.
Okay.
Awesome! I'm Caprice, and this is Millie, my bestest friend.
Your bestest friends. August nudges Olive.
I'm Olive.
That's a nice name.
Thank you.
Okay, on the count of 3, we're gonna race to the slide.
Olive is half dragged away by the two girls as Caprice explains the course, holding onto their hand tightly.
I'll be back soon.
Have fun!
August glances up as two women approach, watching the three run off.
She makes friends everywhere she goes.
You should see how she is when she assists on the tours. Every guest pays more attention to her than the aquarium.
That sounds like good business.
The two greet August with a pair of warm smiles as their small talk winds down.
Hi, I'm Caprice's mom. This is Adelaide, my bestest friend.
I love that.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you too. I'm August.
Both Olive and August pass the time together with their new friends.
Go, go, go!
As Olive stumbles over their own feet, Caprice quickly overtakes their lead and continues dashing ahead.
Around the tree! That's the last one!
The two run, tagging a tree and quickly switching back to rush towards Millie. She waves her hands excitedly.
Caprice wins! Whoa!
Okay,
really love this. This is everything to me. This is a photo of my moms, guys. These three are my moms. Do you see my do you see my resemblance with them? It's fine. Get Shura in there. Exactly. We just need Shura in there, and then we got the whole set of my moms. That's how it works, right? From the sidelines, three women watch the children warm. The sun is starting to dip low in the sky already.
So it's just... Well, it's just so nice to see Olive playing with kids their age.
Caps! Caps! Did I join it? Oh!
Do you two live nearby?
Hi, Michael.
Unfortunately, no. I had an appointment at the hospital here, so we were just visiting.
Boy, did you pick a time. Boy, did you pick a time.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it went well.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Olive stands at the end of the park, yelling impromptu rules for the race at Millie and Caprice as they run around now.
Well, thank you, both of you, for the conversation. Seeing Olive like this is kind of bittersweet. I wish it could last longer.
Thank you for the hydrate.
But speaking of, we should probably head back. I have a shift tonight.
Wait, what are their ages in this moment? How old are my moms in this scene? I need to know, this is important.
Oh, good luck. Night shifts must be tough.
Well, it's busier, but the clientele is more patient.
It was so nice talking to you. Good luck with everything, alright?
It'd only be like mid-20s or so. Insane. Somewhere in the 24 to 27 range. It's sacred. What? Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, 24 to 27 range. Oh my god, 24 to 20. Oh my god.
You're doing great. You'll both be okay.
Thank you. Good luck with everything, too. Olive! Olive! Come on in. Let's head back now.
Figure Olive is like 5 here in August, just dropped out of college right before the... True! Holy fuck.
Coming! See ya, Olive! Bye!
That's what's getting me, Caps. That's why I'm having a crisis right now. Though sad to see their new friend go, Caprice and Millie continue to play for a while longer. When the sun has long passed the horizon and the two girls are sleeping soundly in the back of the car, Adelaide's phone rings. She hesitates to pick it up.
Do you... Nope, no, it's okay.
Here we go. A moment passes before the phone is answered. Adelaide speaks softly, but the quiet hum of the idle car isn't enough to mask the conversation. Charlie keeps her eyes closed and leans her head back, pretending that she can't hear. Pretending she can't hear the doctor on the other end of the phone saying things like rapid progression, hospice care, or end of life preparation. Adelaide is doing the same. keeping her voice level, light, and murmuring affirmations as naturally as she can. The air in the small space is different. The only connection between the two in this moment, the only thing separating this from any other phone call, are the tears welling up in both their eyes. When Adelaide hangs up the phone, she places it in her lap. In a careful movement, she opens the car door.
I love you, baby. I love you so much.
Adelaide brushes some hair out of her face, careful not to wake her. Millie stirs ever so slightly, murmuring sleepily. She closes the door and slumps to the ground. In less than a minute, Charlie is by her side on the ground and on her back.
I should call Mike.
Charlie holds her as Adelaide's shaking hands try to reach for her phone to speak to her husband, who is undoubtedly waiting by his phone at work.
Take a minute, Aid. Just...
Charlie, what am I gonna do?
She can't answer. Adelaide knows that. But she repeats the question as sobs rack her body and her friend pulls her into a hug. For the first time since the diagnosis, Charlie and Adelaide cry together. Neither has the strength to be the strong one right now, the one who can sit and listen. And time passes as their tears slow. Adelaide manages to pull herself away from Charlie long enough to call Mike, to cry all over again as she fails to repeat the news and hand the phone over to Charlie to tell him where they're parked so he can leave work now. Charlie takes care to roll down the windows and cut the engine, to let the kids sleep. He meets Adelaide at the front of the car, sitting on the concrete parking stop next to her. Neither is sure what to say, but Adelaide manages to speak first.
I'm sorry.
Aid, don't.
I'm so sorry, Charlie. I don't want to leave you alone.
Aid, please don't. I know you don't.
It's not fair.
Charlie swallows the lump in her throat.
I know.
Millie. Oh, God. Millie. Please, Charlie. Please take care of Millie for me.
I will. I promise.
And Mike, and yourself too.
Adelaide, we'll figure something out, okay? We'll look out for each other. We have time, right?
Yeah, we do.
I love you, Adelaide. I really do.
I love you so much, Charlie. Thank you for always being here for me.
Silence falls again. As Mike's car approaches, screeching to a halt, Adelaide grips Charlie's hand once more in affirmation. It isn't fair, but they have time. They'll look out for each other, and someday, somehow, they'll be okay.
To Mike. Be good to yourself. Please forgive me for leaving you alone. Don't be in any rush to come see me, okay? Millie needs you. I love you. I'd marry you 1,000 times over. To Millie. My little darling. I love you so much. Watch over your dad for me. I'll watch over you too. I know you're going to grow up into an amazing person. I would too, Charlie. Thank you for everything. You're my closest, bestest friend. You're an amazing mom, and Caprice is so lucky to have you. I've been so lucky to have you as a part of my family.
Anyway. No. I will not make it out of that without tears. I forgot that the new keyboard spacebar is over, like, sensitive.
Page
Like
7. Things I love about you. Your laugh, your hugs,
Yarr!
the way you love me
Yarr.
too. I just know you're going to grow up to be an amazing, wonderful person, Millie. I love how bright you make everyone's days.
Page 19. What about me and Caprice? Can we still see each other?
Of course you can. Dad will be here, and I'm sure Charlie would love to have you.
Without you?
I'm going to miss Charlie, and I'm sure she's going to miss me too. But another thing we have in common is how much we love you. You can still go on sleepovers, have movie nights, visit the butterfly garden.
I don't want to go without you. It wouldn't be the same.
I know it wouldn't, sweetie. But Caprice is your best friend, and I want you two to be there for each other. You can still be her friend without me there. In fact, I want you to. Please don't push her away, okay?
Okay.
Page 31, for when you graduate middle school. Congratulations! You're so grown up now. I hope you have an amazing day. Tell your dad I said you can have as much cookie cake as you like. What if she doesn't like cookie cake anymore?
It's fine. It's the thought that counts. If things change, I'll get the message anyway. Want to take a break?
Yeah, that'd be good. Page 33. The following pages are recipes for brownies, chocolate chip cookie cake, and of course, my one and only deluxe cheesecake bites. I used to make these all the time for you and Caprice.
Wait. Don't skip it. We should make it sometime.
Yeah, I want to try your mom's brownies again.
And you will. I'll make them for us, but I'm keeping the recipes just for myself. Page 42. What to do if Dad gets a new mom.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, come on, dear. It could. It should. You're gonna let all those good looks go to waste?
It won't happen.
It might. So, come on, help me with this one.
We can come back to it, okay?
Fine. I'd rather you take me out on a date tonight anyway.
I'll call Charlie.
I'll never
Page
forget.
52. What can I do when I miss you?
Go for a walk. Count how many dogs you see. Breathe in the air. When you're done, you can come home. Make yourself something to eat. If you're still feeling down, read some of these letters. And know that I love you, and I miss you too.
Page 53. I'm afraid of forgetting you.
To be honest, I'm afraid of that too. I think you're going to forget some things, though. That's okay. And, you know, I've forgotten a few things too. I don't remember which tooth came in first, or when you got your first haircut, or what you wore on your first birthday. But I remember the big things. Like when you were a baby, I used to sing you to sleep. Sometimes we fell asleep on the floor together. I remember how little you were. I remember your first Christmas, and how you loved all the lights we put up on the tree. I remember when Caprice was born, and how you both fell asleep in my arms. So, forget some things. Don't feel bad if it happens. It's natural. I just hope you'll always remember the big things, whatever they may be. If you can't remember my voice, I hope you'll remember that I used to say I love you every night before bed. I hope if you don't remember how tall I was, you remember how I used to pick you up and hug you. I miss her. I'm always scared of forgetting more about her. Sorry, I just need a few minutes alone.
Alright. We love you, Millie.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah. I am. Thank you for letting me share part of her with you. I think I want to keep the rest to myself for now.
We'll be here if you need anything.
I know. Caprice?
Yeah?
Later, do you want to go visit her? Together?
You mean... yeah. That'd be nice.
And, do you think Charlie would want to come with?
I think she'd love to.
Actually. To be continued in twofold. Is that gonna be a sentimental? I'll never forget all this stuff. I'll never forget Lucky's reaction to that line. I remember sitting there and like Lucky being like, "Oh my god, are they?" And I'm like, "No, Lucky, to babies." I will never forget the way that Lucky instantly heard the "I'll call Charlie" and was like, "Oh my god, they're going on a date, all three of them," and I'm just sitting there going, no! I'm gonna cry, aren't I? The sticky notes were... The sticky notes, that felt new, right? Like, there was some changes in that, or am I, like, that, like, emotional over that scene that I was... Because that it was different. That was different. What? Wow, my heart really did just, like, emotionally, like, empty that out. Like, I remembered all of the dialogue, but my brain was not remembering the sticky notes. This is my third time going through this. Everything I remember is the exact same except the sticky notes. That's so funny. Why the sticky notes? What? Why did my brain decide to not remember the sticky notes? Because yeah, everything else has been the same. What the fuck? I remember all the dialogue and everything. Emotional damage, not real. Because god, the sticky notes was making me want to cry. That's insane. You forgot Millie's childhood so immersive. No! I know. No! Dear! So hi. No, because because I remember all of the dialogue. Like, I have some of that shit on fucking memory. It haunts my sleep. I'll remember it at like 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm like, oh my heart, what the fuck? It's just the sticky notes. The fuck? My brain is like, what? Okay. Okay, here we go. I got the music, damn, okay. Okay, cool. A small hiccup interrupts the nighttime quiet. Oh, fuck. Don't do this to me. Caprice glances over to her friend. She's curled up in a blanket like she's giving herself a hug, hiding her face from the world. Caprice looks back up to the ceiling. If she closes her eyes, she can hear her own mom downstairs and soft crying coming from her and Millie's dad. So she doesn't close her eyes. Should I tell her I'm awake? She thinks, stealing a glance at her friend as another small sniffle escapes her. She can't imagine what she's feeling. Caps! Her mom died. Caprice has never dealt with death before, but neither has Millie. She opens her mouth to say something, but what could she possibly say? She feels her chest tight. I just love that I didn't write it. It's right there. There! On the floor next to Caprice, Millie suppresses the flood, threatening to overwhelm her. How could I ever be happy again? She wonders. Never before feeling so small and alone. She doesn't understand. It's not fair. That much she and everyone else agrees. She needs her mom. Theor! She wasn't ready to let her go. Millie clutches her chest. Yeah, I can understand why that was the one that made you cry, Caps. She understands why it's called a broken heart now. She can feel every pointed shard. It stabs at her with every breath. It's not fair. Hot tears roll down her face sideways, spilling into a pool on her pillow. She's never wanted her mom to come stroke her hair, to tell her everything will be okay, to be there with her more in her entire life. Nikki! There's movement next to her. She doesn't move. Did she wake up Caprice? She stays perfectly still, listening out for her. There are no words to be said anymore. Instead, Millie chokes up as she feels Caprice shuffle close and pull her into her arms. Gently at first, but then holding her tighter as Millie cries more and more. Her friend's little arms aren't anything like her mom's. You can't scoop Millie up into her lap or assure her that they're the perfect size to remind her that she isn't alone. She won't ever be. The night lasts far too long. But tomorrow arrives as it always does. Oh, Mr. Mo. Mori. Not Mori telling on Neki. God. Down, down, and down the stairs, hand in hand. Cat meows as it trails behind, purring. Millie stops at the end of the steps. Caprice gives her hand a supportive squeeze, and the two share a smile. The birds sing and the weather is beautiful. I hope Adelaide got to meet Mo. I mean, this is the day that it happened and they have Mo, so I think Adelaide did. Read this line, I'm gonna cry! Okay, I'm fine. There is never a good day to grieve, to say goodbye with every passing memory. The day is filled with hope regardless. Yep. Yep. Okay, I'm glad I didn't read this last month. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that it got delayed last month. Maybe it is a good thing that it was this month. I think I would have been inconsolable. Oh my god. Wow, that was beautiful. What the fuck? You should relaunch the game. Okay, give me a second. You! Yeah. Okay. That's fucked up. I just realized, like, that's... It's insane. That's fucked up. 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 Oh, the transparency? Yeah! What the fuck? Well, the text, you can't see it but because I'm in front of it. It says, I'd give anything to be there. Oh, wait. Thinking of you. Evenings when you're feeling down. Got tired of feeling. The matching sweaters were your dad's idea! No! Fuck! Fucked up. We're lucky to have them. A reminder to try and find joy even at your lowest. It'll be warmer tomorrow. Speechless. Words I repeated to myself. A pristine book is such a waste. Oh my god, so true. Wait, I need to take my glasses off for a second. For no reason at all. No reason at all. I just need to take my glasses off so I can't see anything. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Let me consume water. Yippee. Sorry, I just need a second. Okay. Pick a comfy song for art book. Thank you for the stretch. Maybe I should not pick the sad song. Wait. Maybe I should pick this one. Yeah, maybe I should pick this one. Okay. Alright. 80% of this is sad songs. I'm realizing that now. Mari, keep the sad songs coming. You know what? Fine. We'll pick the sad song. Ow. He just gave myself pain. Oh no. This one. Just like fucking did that to myself, huh? Fine. Oh, I'm using Edge for this and it's being annoying. Okay. What the fuck? I should have just used what I normally use. This was a mistake. look at that. Perfect. No scuff on that one. We stay winning. Yippee! Yippee. Lord. What do you mean, uh-oh? Yeah, actually, it did actually scuff. No! Wait. Why is it looking like that? Why is it looking like that, actually? Wait, why is that looking very different to what I've got? Just... God damn it! There we go. That's the best we're gonna get. Yippee! Lord. My god, let's go. Really, we're built different. For those I love, the pages within are dedicated to you, my family, who I will love forever after. Perfect Circle art book with commentary by Caps and Theo. The concept direction by Caps, art and writing by Theo, music by James J. Voice cast. Gone through voice cast. Hey. Developed by Second Draft. Shooting stars, braided hair, scrapbooking, your first day of high school, recipe. Ooh, that table of contents. Ooh, okay. This is, yep. I have a lot of things planned for this journal, more than any I've written in the past. But no matter the size, a book always needs a page one. So here we are. A little secret. The first thing I do is give them a name. Makes them easy to organize in my head and gives them a tiny bit of personality too, I think. When I saw the cover for this book at the store, I thought it was perfect and didn't think twice. A shooting star never lasts as long as anyone wants them to, but in that short time, they carry countless wishes with them, even long after they're gone. I have so many wishes for you, from small things like wishing you a happy birthday, to wishing for your happiness for every day I won't be able to directly. I want this journal to be proof that these wishes and hopes will last forever, no matter how fleeting they may feel in the moment. Faith Homestead. Homestead. These are all names of meteorites. I think they all sound lovely, and I'll be happy with whatever you choose. Oh. Picked Homestead. Okay, that's... Okay. Since this is going to belong to both of us, I think it'd be nice if we decided on a name together. I've written down some ideas. Circle whichever you like best, and we'll make it official. Oh. Adelaide. A woman who effortlessly touches the lives of everyone she meets, no matter how fleeting her presence may be. Though physically frail, Adelaide is nevertheless capable of holding the worries and concerns of her loved one. She's the first one those near to her reach out to when they need a shoulder to cry on, and she's always eager to provide it. She's not without fears of her own, however. Even when confronted with the worst news anyone could be given, it's the thought of leaving her family alone that shakes her to the core. Don't be afraid to cry. I've been crying a lot too, you know. I'll never be able to put into words how much I'm going to miss you. Okay, so from Theo, The intent for Adelaide's first appearance was to make her look like she was glowing. So many of her CGs feature a bright smile, lights around her, a true vision of a happy and healthy woman. Surrounded by Mike and Charlie, she and her friends sharing in the experiences of pregnancy, her family was growing right before our eyes. As the story goes on, while there is a perpetual warmth to Adelaide, I tried to make her look more frail and her first outfit is a rather form-fitting dress, especially around her arms. As the story goes on, her clothes begin to drape over her frame more and her arms and wrists look rather bony. Her hair thins out significantly. I also tried to show it through her eyes looking more tired. The one unchanging aspect of her is her smile. Even in the final scene, her smile is accentuated by the dimples on her cheek. We spoke a few times about Adelaide losing her hair throughout the story, but in the end we opted to omit the idea of showing that visually. Her braid is such an integral part to Millie's memory of her that it was important for us to keep it. Yep. Caps. Adelaide as an idea existed for a long time, but didn't become a character until brainstorming thoughts with Theo for Perfect Circle. Despite this starting as a side project, working out the finer details of the parents ended up helping out Twofold a great deal, allowing us to better understand why Adelaide was as impactful to the main cast as she was. We ended up falling in love with her too. Mood, didn't we all? Didn't we all chat just absolutely just fall head over heels for Adelaide and then experience pain? Oh my god, fuck. Oh. Also, I want to move from this page. Anyway, I don't know what it is about falling in love with red-headed parent characters. Am I right, Maury? It's fine. Every time I see big screen squares, I cringe knowing how much I ramble. No, you fed us with content. You fed us with your thoughts. There's no cringe here. There's embracing explanations. Oh my god. Charlie. If asked to describe herself, Charlie would likely struggle to find anything noteworthy, simply being a single parent trying her best for those she cares about. Adelaide would describe her a little differently. She'd call Charlie her best friend, someone who she is so thankful for meeting every single day. Mike would call her ever reliable, always willing to lend an ear or another set of hands if she can. Caprice would say she's the coolest person in the whole wide world. If you're defined by the company you keep, there are fewer people more special than Charlie. Insane. Your Aunt Charlie means the world and more to me. I'm counting on you to watch over her for me, okay? Charlie has always been one of my most favorite characters, even before Perfect Circle had started development. Being a single parent, losing her best friend, raising and loving Millie, only for the events of Twofold to unfold the way they did, there's a lot of tragedy to her. Despite it feeling like she should always be at rock bottom, she's able to find steady happiness in her life and is comfortable where she is. Something I really admire about her. Her aquarium outfit in Perfect Circle specifically was designed to reflect this, being baggier than what you see from Sam, or much later in Twofold, implying a pretty drastic weight loss, either from stress, money woes, or likely both. Even when she looks distressed in this scene though, she always brightens up with ease when Caprice is with her. Here. The first time I wrote Charlie was for scene 2, where Adelaide and Mike invite her to live with them. Originally, she came out like a Caprice 2 type character, and some of that initial energy survived the final draft, which I chalk up to her being a bit younger and more bright-eyed. The events of the story remained the same throughout the drafts though. Charlie's choice to parent alone felt like an important aspect of her character too. Charlie is so aware of how much her presence would impose on her best friend and her husband's new, incredibly special time in their life. She had her support system by her side, but still voluntarily took on a position of hardship, not only for the people she loves, but for herself. Caprice and Charlie's relationship is what it is because of that moment. Her decision to later on pursue a relationship with Mike is, as Caprice says, something she's only doing after sacrificing so much of herself for her children. I hope that intention came through clearly in the story. Rambling about characters he created and loves so much helps people like me who aspire into creating things. It's always so nice seeing how much passion, love, and thought you give to your character. No, like, genuinely, like, it's important to see people talk about the characters they, like, love and create, because, like, it's a huge inspiration. Speaking of green squids. Wait, where's Caps? Oh, okay. You didn't comment on some of them. Okay, okay. August. Stuck alone between several difficult situations at once, August tries her best to constantly move forward, step after long, arduous step. August has an almost unbelievable amount of tenacity, but it wasn't always there. In fact, it's something she only recently discovered about herself, all for the sake of reaching the light at the end of the tunnel. So she walks on, gently holding the hand of her reason why. She smiles through every trip and stumble, doing her best to make happy memories despite the circumstances while they travel alone together. Ah, okay. Don't be afraid to reach out to others. It's never too late to make a friend. I made a new one just the other day. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Unlike most of the characters in Twofold, August doesn't have a support network. Her hardships are a lot more immediate, a lot more visible. Olive grows up wishing to help their mom because they've seen firsthand that no one else will. When Ariel exists as a pillar of support, while Ariel exists as a pillar of support, she's still August's employer. While it's not overtly explored, I intended to create a general feeling of being trapped while exploring August's character during Perfect Circle. Breaks a promise to herself to go to college and graduate, yet doesn't go to work very often yet because she is tasked with being a homesteader. Her design in scene 6 is meant to show her at her lowest point. Messy hair that she doesn't have time to cut, tired eyes from not sleeping, and a very guarded and quiet demeanor. She defends her husband from Ariel and, to an extent, from Olive, trying to minimize any situation that can be seen as uncomfortable. In the end, she still prioritizes finding a way to make Olive smile. In scene 7, she's doing better. She's looking healthier, brighter, wearing her work uniform in the middle of the day to show that she's picking up more hours. It's a chance meeting with two women who listen patiently to August talk about her life while at a park with her children that gives August the push she needs to formally file for divorce. At least that was the idea. It didn't quite fit in the story itself, so consider this a secret art book only extension of that. She goes through the story struggling and emerges from it one of the brightest, strongest people in the cast. I have a very soft spot in my heart for her. Things could have been a lot worse, and whatever inner strength she pulled from throughout her life is something to be envious of. In scene 7, though her appearance is brief, I hope it's clear that August sees the light at the end of the tunnel. In another universe, I think she, Charlie, and Adelaide would have grown to be very close. Her relationship with Olive is built on the same thing Caprice and Charlie have, a bond of mothers doing everything they can to protect their children from harm, sometimes at their own expense. That drop of knowledge, oh my god. Yep. Yep. Mike knows cars. He can easily navigate complex machinery with complete confidence and without much thought. He is even at the point where he is slowly saving up to open his own shop. A far cry from his life at home, where he is often psyching himself out, over preparing and fretting about every little thing. Doing well by his family is something that is always at the forefront of his mind, to the point where he is quick to stress about it. Despite Adelaide and Millie always being quick to express their love and appreciation towards him. Despite his skills in dealing with both, Mike still feels that while being a mechanic is second nature to him, being with his family is where he really excels. If there's one thing that's helped me lately, it's knowing your dad will be here for you. We love you. In caps. Arguably, one of the biggest contributions Perfect Circle made to Twofold's development was solidifying Mike's personality. We wanted all of the parents to be likable and kind, but getting Mike's brand of that was sort of difficult. Watching him fumble and fret over every little thing and how he initially pushed back on Adelaide being direct with Millie about her cancer, but eventually relenting for the sake of being there to comfort them both, really struck a chord and acted as a blueprint for his appearance in Twofold proper. His nervousness and desire to avoid confrontation even influenced Millie as well in the end. Fear. Oh, Mike, Charlie, and Adelaide's relationship wasn't a challenge to write, to be honest. The hardest part was hoping people could understand that the three genuinely loved one another, yet Mike and Adelaide were in love in a way that Charlie loved too. His relationship with Charlie when they were young was so vastly different from his relationship with her by the time Twofold rolls around. She was his soulmate's bestest friend, his confidant for all things romance, his friend in her own right. But he loved Adelaide with his whole self, and Charlie understood because she loved Adelaide too, just in a different way. Mike's love for Charlie is not the all-consuming flame that it was for Adelaide. It's a warm, comfortable flame that the two have steadily built and cared for over the years. When they lost Adelaide, it was what helped them keep it together as essentially co-parents to their children. None of the three expected something like this could happen. When Mike began to realize that Charlie is someone he'd like to spend his life with, it felt like such a natural step that it took him by surprise too. I'm not sure where I'm going here. I could probably write about the complicated nuance of their relationship forever, but if I have to, then I didn't portray it very well. So I'll just end it here and say I hope the readers understood the love at the core of those three, and why the twofold conflict being centered on them was so incredibly compelling. You nailed it. You nailed their relationship. And the love of them. You did. You did everything and more. I'm gonna cry at this one. Chat, I'm not keeping it together. Chat, I'm not keeping it together. We're fine. We're so fine. We're so back. Millie. A little girl who meets every day with enthusiasm and joy. She's considered a delight to be around by everyone who knows her, thanks in no small part to her loving and supportive parents. Another thing most agree on is how unfair the grief she's been forced to endure at such an early age is. Even still, she does her best to put on a brave face, if only to honor her mom's earnest request to keep smiling and cherish every moment together. She started the year with a single item on her Christmas list, a brand new kitten. Now the list she wrote up for Santa contains only a plea to help her mom get better. Santa hopes the kitten will be enough to make up for it. You've made every single one of my days better, just. I hope you never forget how much you mean. Here. All the children's designs were a collaboration between Caps and I. For the most part, Caps would create their design from their hairstyle, outfit, silhouette, and I'd add any additional details that I wanted. Millie was a little girl with parents who dote on her, who loves flowy dresses, who adores cats. Fun fact, her glasses case in scene 7 is decorated with cat stick. I switched tenses. Adding stars to her eyes was one of my personal choices. I can't tell you why I did it. I think it adds to a very youthful effect though. They were both in such developmental stages during PC, and Caprice's astounding perception and Millie's relationship with grief only just beginning hopefully helps the audience understand a bit more of who they are as adults. For that reason, Millie seems a lot more immature than Caprice despite being a year older. It's a good thing. In the end, I think Millie had the thing every parent wishes for their children to just be kids as long as possible. Caps. Looking at Twofold, there was a minor concern in the back of my mind when putting Perfect Circle together. While it focused on all three families, having the Clarks fill front and center felt inevitable. Really, it was. How could it not be? Twofold from day one of development always put a big priority in making both paths feel equal, and in my mind, Perfect Circle threatened to disrupt that balance and shift it in Millie's favor. More than any other factors, this was the thing that gave me the most pause as to whether or not we should include or even create. The story was extremely personal and important to me though, so I pushed those thoughts down, and I am so thankful that I did. On top of allowing us to create something I consider truly special, the experience has also shifted my opinion on Twofold for the better, worrying less about maintaining a delicate balance and instead creating what we think is best for these characters that we love. I'm thankful that you did too. Translation, don't get mad at us when we establish canon's later trust the process. Insane. Caprice. Even at such a young age, Caprice is a girl who effortlessly draws others to her and always tries her best to lift them as high as her little arms can. Those who she loves most and holds the closest, her amazing mom and her bestest friend, are often stressed or sad nowadays, leading her to become surprisingly perceptive, all for the sake of helping them to smile when they need it most. While she may struggle with really understanding why people may need cheering up, she's always the first to try to be the one to do so regardless. Millie's been coming over for sleepovers a lot lately, and Caprice always has a drawing she made just for her every time she stays the night. Hold Caprice close, okay? She'll do the same for you. You two are so lucky to have each other, and I hope that stays true forever. Perhaps. Caprice's Perfect Circle looks were a lot of fun to design and workshop with here. The very first thing we both agreed on was her hair had to be fluffy beyond reason. We gave her an oversized bucket hat for the first step, then made it sure it was filled out and then some. The conversation that happened after the obvious box was ticked was a bit more serious. We wanted to do a little bit of visual storytelling of Charlie's struggles through community. She dresses head to toe in items you'd expect to find in the aquarium gift shop. While reading it as simply her being enamored is fair enough, the intention behind this choice was to imply Charlie relied on things such as employee discounts and gifts wherever she could to make up for her money woes in other areas. Caprice still wears aquarium merch in Twofold, though this time it's entirely due to personal choice. No, Caps, stop! I'm sorry! Caps just like me forever. Fear. Caprice's POV was my favorite to write. It's a shame she only has one, I thought. So that's why she gets another in the full release. It's really interesting to me to envision her so young and yet so heartbreakingly insightful about her mom's struggles. Where Olive is in a much more constantly stressful situation and their outlook is a result of that, I think Caprice was born innately curious. She knows her mom doesn't eat lunch most days, so she saves some extra milkshake. She doesn't understand why her mom gets sad when they talk about certain, but she knows she can make her smile if she smiles first. Of course, she's still a kid. Her ideas aren't fully developed, and I think her voice comes across as very stream of consciousness. This carries into adulthood, I think. As a solutions-orientated person who prioritizes comfort and happiness, part of the rift between her and Millie when they get older. As kids, though, it's the exact kind of sister Millie. Olive! Olive doesn't feel well at school. They know Mom is at home, taking this rare chance to study her own schoolwork. Olive knows this is something she wants and desperately doesn't want to call. But the teacher insists. 15 minutes later, Mom is there, the books are put down for the day, and she spends the rest of the afternoon by Olive's side. Time for Mom to go to work. Dad gets home, grumbles about how tired he is, and asks to be woken up for dinner. Mom stays home to continue. Even now, Olive thinks they owe the world to Mom, and how unfair it is that no one else seems to think the same way. This is who Olive decides they have to be. One of my favorite things about you is how much you love those around you. Never lose this part of you. Dear, there's nothing cool to say about. I can't even finish that sentence. I hope everyone read their voice slider text and cut it into a million pieces like I did. Thanks, Cap. Olive was a really sad kid. It was really hard for me to write as something that doesn't outwardly affect them anymore. Their relationship with their parents' rocky marriage is sort of treated as background flavor for Olive and Twofold. That said, I think it frames how August became their source of really well. August worked very hard to give Olive a good life as a struggling single parent, aware that her divorce from Olive's father would thrust them into economic instability and all the stress that comes with that. Seeing her little Olive so sad all the time really pushed her to create memories and experiences that they could remember. She really did treasure each and every smile she earned from them. On that end, I hope you all felt the same relief seeing Olive play with Caprice and Millie in Scene 7 that I think August did. Because we're in Olive's shoes in all of Twofold. It can be easy to forget they were still just a kid once, deserving of silly joys and playing at a park without a care in the world. We all were. Caps. You've likely noticed that this is the only main character page that doesn't have a little concept sketch accompanying. Truth is, Olive was surprisingly easy to nail down to the point where Theo just started drawing the CGs for Scene 6 and 7 without really concepting anything out first. Even though their backstory was only kind of glazed over in Twofold as per Theo's commentary, we still had a good idea of all the major beats that defined their childhood and relationships with August. Having this firm of a grasp on the character made it really easy to visualize them. A kid who was forcing themselves to grow up fast and already withdrawing into a shell at such a young age. Tragic, but having them all bundled up was such a natural choice. In contrast, Scene 7 featured an Olive that wore more comfortable clothing and, crucially, had gotten their glasses. Though they don't remember this meeting with Caprice and Millie, I really like the idea of the scene being a momentary glimpse of Olive's truth. That of a regular kid who can just enjoy living in the moment for a time and relaxing around friends. The fact that Olive looks relatively similar to their Twofold appearance here feels oddly sweet with that intent in mind. Sidecast. You don't have to be close family to leave a positive impact on another person. The kindly diner owner who uses her position to do right by those who need that kind of help she can. The distant grandfather who is making the effort to be better at maintaining his relationship. The aquarium employee who is eager to lend a hand in small ways every now and then. People like this may come and go, but they all stand out by their willingness to try and make the lives of others just a little bit easier. The best thing you can do is try to leave things better than how you found them. Offer to help, take a few minutes to listen. Even just giving a compliment can make someone stay. Apps. The side cast of Perfect Circle is small and their impact varies, but I think we do just enough to flesh out the world these characters inhabit. He has a tiny handful of lines, but the small kindness Sam shows in Scene 4 has a lot of value in establishing Charlie's current situation. Say nothing of Ariel and Cal, who have even larger parts in their respective scenes. Here. These three fleshed out the world of PC. Kids live in a world removed from their parents, to an extent, and these characters not showing up in Twofold proper is evidence of that. It's also evidence of story and asset limitations. Ariel gave context to August. They weren't especially close, but Ariel served as a matriarchal figure for August, a source of support financially and emotionally when able. The line in her voice description about her sneaking tips into August's purse was intended to give the sense that she, at the very least, understood the difficulties of August's former marriage. I don't think August vented about it much. Rather, Ariel herself is a single woman with her own life story and familiarity with the experience. I think she took great pride in being able to help in any small way. Great pain that she couldn't do more. Cal gave context to Charlie. His presence in her life being small was twofold. You said the thing! It shows that Charlie has a family outside of her friends, and it shows that sometimes that relationship can be a lot more complex than a simple like and dislike. They lost touch, and Charlie's surprise pregnancy was definitely something that Cal wasn't immediately happy about, but he wanted to do right by her and Charlie's mother. When Caprice is born, I think their relationship became a more comfortable and understanding one. In the original draft of Twofold, he was a lot more prominent of a character. I'm happy with how he ended up though, since I felt his relationship with Charlie didn't need much explanation. As for Sam, well, he stinks at coloring. Thank you for the hydrate. Can take a sip. Okay. And a stretch, I will also take that. Thank you for the stretch. That is catching strays, like damn. How come you never change your hair like Aunt Charlie? That's a fun question. You know, my hair actually used to be a lot shorter. About how long Aunt Charlie's is now. When we were getting ready for you, it started growing a lot faster than I could keep up with. To tell you the truth, I just decided on a braid because I was tired of getting it cut all the time. I can't imagine not having it now though. In a way, it reminds me of you. It looks really pretty on you. Thank you. I can teach you how to braid your hair too if you'd like. It's a promise then. Don't be afraid to bring it up if I take too long. There exists a completely different version of Scene 1 done in a completely different art style. I made it way before even being an official Twofold CG artist. Back then, I was only planning on doing the sketches for Twofold CGs and nothing else. No writing, no coloring, no lining. It was such a different time, I fully committed to doing animated line art for each and... Well, time really constricted that idea, because by the time Twofold's art was done, we only had about a month to fully finish PC. 1 month for 99 images. The grind was real, but to be honest, it never felt like a crunch. I took the time constraint and overall feeling of PC into account when creating its visual identity. wise, which luckily for UI purposes was pretty close to that first test. We were committed to watercolor. Good, the watercolor is everything to me. Like, oh my god, your water... delicious. Just print it out and eat it. And a huge time saver was PC's more cinematic style, by doing more close-up shots, such as focusing in on Charlie's bracelet, or August's to-go box, or characters' hands. We filled out more space per scene with a smaller amount of art. It's more like doing cut-in art than a full CG. The second is the rendering. I used a pencil brush rather than a solid pen. I adore using textured edges, and they made me feel less stressed about making sure every edge was clean. There's quite a few CGs with messier line art, and I was okay with that. The colors themselves were also mostly flat. I laid down base colors first, then used a plain watercolor brush to build on values in one layer. I touched it all up with handmade white edges that again helped sell some of the less refined parts of the drawing, and called it a day. No backgrounds for me. You're real for that. No, you're so real for that one. I guess this was more of an art tutorial than a comment. Anyway, the art got done with more than enough time to also create the credits video, where I took our old idea of animated outlines and transferred it into the sticky notes. It allowed us to get additional storytelling done through the credits, which, as you can tell by Twofold's credit sequence, was something we both really cared about. Not the sticky note mention them. I love the sticky notes. Scene 2 is such a breath of fresh air. It's Adelaide's first time on screen. We see her vibrant and beautiful, glowing as she's surrounded by her loved one. I also think Mike really gets to shine here. I tried to make the expressions a little sillier than usual, a bit more emotive to show how mundane and joyful these little dinners are to them. Eating together is something that comes up a lot in Twofold, and Millie's route especially has Charlie, Mike, and Caprice constantly asking Millie to join them. Adelaide and Charlie whispering to each other is one of my fave CGs in this bit because of how cute it is. Your bestest friends. I could tell you so many stories from before you were born. You scared your dad more than once. This is everything. But you can't see me. Yeah, this is everything too. My mental health is in this panel. The baby! James's work on the soundtrack is so strong all around, but the track for Scene 3 is so cool. I really like how it sounds both festive and far away, matching the overall vibes of PC feeling sort of nostalgic. That's a small panel that is... Is that enough for your mental health? God, I hope it is! Cal originally played a larger read any part in Twofold itself, and Perfect Circle was written before his eventual cut. We debated cutting him from Perfect Circle as well given this fact, but I'm actually pretty happy with his inclusion. I really like fleshing out the lives of these characters, even if not every aspect ends up being relevant in the core story. Yeah, Neki saw... This is literally what I messaged Neki about when I was like, I have an idea and I need to put it in Neki's DMs. Like, specifically, like, this was the idea where everyone was like, Mari! I'm like, no, I promise, it's a good one. It's a good thought, I'm sorry. My mental health is stored in this image. I had a lot of fun drawing Caprice and Charlie here. I worked off of the original designs that Caps made, giving the overall silhouettes they had while adding my own touches. The retro version of the uniform is one of my favorite details that they added, showing how the aquarium's design itself has changed over the years. Caprice's expressions were also super fun to do, so I hope Scene 4 serves well as a breath of fresh air for PC's turn. I love that panel. I love her. Why am I imagining Charlie as Marnie the Toast? I have 3 wives. So many wives. Trust me. My sources are trust me, bro. When working on PC's story and themes, I was really adamant that we should focus on making it a nice reward for the players and not make it too sad. When I started writing it, I ignored my own advice and sort of followed the natural flow of the story. I think if I was shown scene 5 in a bottle at the start of dev, I would have said something like, "Theo, this isn't a good ending for the players. What's wrong with you?" Anyway, I'm really happy that we didn't fight what worked best for the story. Maybe it sounds bad that I didn't follow my own design advice, but overall, it seems like most people appreciate PC for what it is too. I'm really happy. Thank you for ignoring Thank you for ignoring your own advice. I appreciate you. Thank you for ignoring it. We can ignore our own thoughts as a trait sometimes, trust me. Baby. I think I spoke about everything I needed to on August's character page for this one, so on a lighter note, I think seeing Olive smile at the end of this scene is a really big payoff for me. They're sort of grumpy the whole time, so when they finally crack and grin at the thought of going to the zoo with their mom, I hope the readers feel as relieved as August is in that moment. They're so cute. Me literally getting so excited about it, like... You see secret ending where Adelaide lives and we start an AU story ranch. Oh my god, wait, wouldn't that be so crazy? Secret ending where Adelaide lives. Oh my god, actually so true. I'm so down for this. Yeah, let's go. Oh my god, you're so right. AU where it takes you from where they first meet. Like, and it goes through the whole thing and the tragedy never happens, and then we get to see what happens when Millie isn't so severely traumatized. Mari rides now. So Mari is not a rider. I did one fanfic stream for a Dotathon, and I butchered my babies. Thank you so much for playing PC. The ending credits video took more time than I thought it would, and took a lot of re-renders to make perfect. There's still quite a bit I wish I had time to implement or change or add, but that's how life is. If you keep working on one thing forever, you can never move on to the next. That said, I'm writing this before finishing up all my work for the standalone, so I'm a hypocrite. I'm going to implement and change and add a few more things. Here's to future me, future Caps, future James, future Scion, and the characters we love so much. Thanks for keeping them with you. They're with me too. Which it is a strong word, and I stand by it. That fucking scene. Ugh, it's fine. I'm writing this before finishing the art for this one final scene. For this story, I really wanted to show a tiny glimpse of what happens after. It's sort of a weird order to put it in since PC is mostly chronological, and the last scene ends with a post-credits where the characters are adults. But it feels more important to me that you see it after the credits. I wrote it way after Twofold's voice acting was completed, which is part of why it doesn't feature any dialogue. Still, the music is perfect for it, isn't it? Scrapbooking is one of my favorite hobbies. I guess this journal makes that obvious, huh? Tell your dad you have my permission to look through any of the ones you may find on the shelves. Proud of each and every one of them. Don't feel obligated, but if you ever want to give it a try, I've got some tips for you. Never throw anything away. Scrapbooks are all about collecting small moments, so don't worry about the quality of the things you're reading. I have books lined with doodles I drew in the margins of my school notebooks. On small writing excerpts I find a little embarrassing now. Still, I am glad to have them. Make it fun. One of my favorite things about scrapbooks is that they can be so much more than something you'd pick up at a library. I love including tabs and pockets and folds, adding little things you can interact with and touch and really help make the memories stick out in your mind better, I think. Embrace imperfection. Be messy. If you misspell a word, it's okay to leave it as is. Or even better, scribble it out and keep on going. Don't stress about creases you can't get out, tearing a page on, or even staining it with an accidental drink spill. All of these things only help show the love and memories you put to paper. Even if you don't end up making one yourself, I hope you enjoy going through the ones I'm leaving too. There's so much I want to share with you. I am glad we get to have this journal together. Rare Murray law moment, because this is driving me insane. One of my core memories of when I was younger is the fact that I used to sit and watch my parents scrapbooking because she was very passionate about it. And I wanted to do it too. And that's how I learned that I can't scrapbook. But I used to just watch as she did it. And it was always very interesting for me, like watching her put everything together. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried so hard because that's what I thought would help me bond with her a bit. And I couldn't I can't scrapbook. Like, I tried so hard, but I just cannot do it. I love the concept of it though. Like, it is such a core memory to me, just sitting there watching all of it. So like, seeing this. Anyway. The foundation for Perfect Circle's logo existed as early as the first draft. It took a lot of refining before I was happy with it. Twofold uses a naming convention that incorporates the number of the game into the title. First, no, Twofold. Perfect Circle was given the number 0. It was difficult to come up with a name that included the word that didn't sound dire and depressing though. So the idea was to reflect the number in the logo instead. Using the shooting star was to reflect the number in the logo instead. I fucking read the same sentence twice. Using the shooting star from Adelaide's journal, drawing a slash through a circle. There we go. This was the first idea proposed, and it was accepted as is. Even then though, I always felt that it felt kind of sloppy and overly busy. So every few months, whenever Theo and I had time to chip away at the project, I'd almost always bring a more refined logo to the table. The design with the large stars stuck for the longest amount of time, but while re-reviewing the last couple of scenes, the idea for the near final logo where the shooting stars trail cuts off the outer red ring came to me. I'm sorry, it's hard to read when I'm in tears. I pitched this idea and it actually got a little bit of pushback, which surprised me. I have a bad habit of reiterating on things already deemed finalized, so I think it was partially just due to wanting me to stop and finally be satisfied with something. Anyway, after refining the design and stripping it of some unnecessary elements, it was finally approved. And this is the logo that made it into the final release. I actually had this UI pretty much finalized before Twofold came out. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, we were forced to leave it behind and instead just recolored, restylized Twofold's base UI for the game's release. I'm really happy this ended up getting a second lease. An idea I really liked was including little bits of advice or insights as flavor in as many places as I could to thematically tie the UI into Adelaide's journal. We did this in Twofold via the scene's description, but I wanted to push it into other elements in the standalone release. Did your heart break reading those character descriptions? Mine did. Thanks, Caps. So true. Thanks, Caps. I didn't have to code in the text bubble positioning, and for that I think there is some sort of being looking out for me. Can you imagine having to painstakingly choose every location for every bit of dialogue, narration, background, and clearing it out as needed? What kind of person would subject themselves to that? I did have to code in the functionality, but that was really satisfying, so no complaints there. to code in the text bubble position. Please. Incredible. One of the earliest iterations of PC's scene select, the general idea was recycled for the twofold release, even if the style is entirely different. That is my favorite bit of that's funny. I don't think I'm a super picky person, but I think PC UI had Caps and I at odds more often than usual. Perfect as is, stop changing it over and over. Do you think we should do X instead of, or maybe we should look the font instead of having it variable? That out of dwindling sanity when text wouldn't line up correctly. Stop changing it! I think it came out perfect though. As much as I hate to admit it, every iteration brought us closer to the final aesthetic. The thing dropping in the background was fucking a paid actor. Damn, what the fuck? Thank you, Cinda. And I think PC's fill is as much influenced by the UI as it is the art, story, and writing. Definitely one of the most cohesive titles I've ever had the joy to work on. Did it actually get picked up for you guys as well? Like the big bang in the background? That was funny timing. Amazing! My god, Cinder, you're a paid actor. That's crazy. I no, I didn't touch anything. That was that was Cinder dropping shit again. It's the same as what happened yesterday. It's the same thing too. So I was trying to not lose it laughing and failed. Too blind for this. No, wait, that fucks up everything. Okay. Oh, we did not save winning. I can't believe you're starting high school already. How are you feeling? Excited? Nervous? I remember being both. Either way, I hope your first semester is full of fun memories and experiences. I'll check back in on you on the next page. Oh, stretch! You got lost in the sauce. You're incredible for that. I don't know how I'm gonna read this. I might have to zoom in. I'm gonna try my best. I'm blind as hell. Here's a fun story from my first few months of high school, how I met your Aunt Charlie. Feel free to— oh my god, wait, it's what I asked for! Feel free to skip ahead if she's told you this already. We shared a history class together. We both sat near the back, but didn't really talk with each other for a couple of months. What eventually changed though, thanks to the dreaded group projects. The teachers split us up into pairs and threw Charlie and I together. As for the project, I can't really remember what the topic was. All you need to know is that we were assigned page numbers out of the textbook to do our project on. This was a little weird since our teacher was a pretty firm believer in the power of a documentary, but we needed to use the textbook at some point. She agreed to put the visual and together if I wrote the essay portion. There should be a plain text. It's only because I can't— it's bigger on stream than it is for me. Because if I actually zoom in like I normally would, it breaks for you guys. And I would much rather it look nicer for you guys. We kept in touch just to keep each other accountable, you know? But we never really spoke about the project at length. The day before the project was due, we brought our work into school to double check each other's work. Imagine both of our faces when we realized we had made presentations on two totally different subjects. It turns out the school library had given her an outdated edition of the textbook, and she simply hadn't noticed since it wasn't really necessary until now. If I was stressed, poor Charlie was out of her mind with panic. We didn't have any time to spare for worrying. Though, so I remember— okay, no, I will have to zoom in, sorry guys. this tone as soon as school was over and dragging her with me to get things for a new board. We spent hours trying to make a new one, and I ended up calling my parents around dinner time to ask to spend the night just to finish it up. It was my first time having a sleepover at a friend's house. We were definitely both focused on getting the assignment done, but we ended up having a lot of fun that night too. Her mom even had ordered pizza, and we had a lot of time for small talk while we were cutting out pictures and gluing fun facts to the board. We pulled an all-nighter, but we made it on time. The happiest I've ever been with a bean in minor. Sally ended up being the best thing I took from her. I hope you'll find a friend on... Oh, I hope you'll find a friend or two over the next... Oh my god. Fuck. Okay. Let me fix this, because I feel bad that it's not looking... It's kind of like... This is where the scuff is kept, y'all. I'm so sorry. We can fix it. And see. There we go. That looks okay for y'all, right? Yeah, that looks okay for y'all. Look at them. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Thank you for the hydrate. Good job. Good choice. So true. Taking a little sippy sip. Hey Adelaide, happy birthday. I bought you some flowers, your favorite, and a new badge. I think the lady said they're called camellias. Sorry, I'm no good with plants. Got them because they reminded me of you. I was thinking about your 20th birthday. We had just started dating and I was really trying to impress you. So I surprised you with a trip to the butterfly gardens. Remember that? Well, the joke was on me. You cut your hair short the day before, and I'm pretty sure my heart stopped. I told you it was just allergies, but honestly, I completely fell for you. Easy, I know, but if you're out there smiling somewhere calling me a dork, I'd say it's a win. Anyway, the camellias, the, pink rosy flower here. They were everywhere. You plucked one out of a bush when the attendant wasn't looking and gave it to me. Then he turned around and yelled at me for ruining the bushes. You were trying so hard not to laugh, you grabbed onto my arm and just stood there shaking. I tried to save it when I got home, but like I said, no good with plants. When they released the butterflies, we held hands. At first, you flinched every time one got close. It was really cute, to be honest. Then you closed your eyes tight. I wasn't really looking at the butterflies much. Just you. When one landed on your forehead, I told you not to move, so you didn't scare. You tried to. You opened your eyes slowly, and you squeezed my hand so tight it hurt. Then it just, I don't know, clicked. You got this little smile on your face, the one that shows your dimple, and you asked me to describe the color of the butterflies. So I did. And by the end of it, you were giggling. You gave it a name, and you said it must be good luck. I knew then and there I'd marry you. Marry you someday. So yeah. Hope you're resting well. I miss you and love you always. Me? Mom? Turtle whip. It's dark. The ground below me is hard, but smells good and tastes better. Take another Is this? This? No way. Okay, wait. I take another pebble into my mouth as muffled sounds from outside barely make their way to me. We've got one more gift for you. This one's from Santa. It's for Millie, but he told the three of us how good both of you have been. He really wants you to share, okay? I recognize the voice. The nice lady who visited my cage a few days ago. And then again last night when the man who was with her brought me here. Wonder if he's out there too. He spoke to me directly before. I'm counting on you to be there for her. I don't know what that means. Okay. Quick footsteps interrupt my snack, but only for a second. Aid, it's not in our room. Oh, there he is. What do you mean? Didn't we keep the door closed? They talk a bit quieter now. I can't really make it out. 3 more chime in now and then, but I don't recognize any of them. Well, the good news is it has to be here somewhere. You want to head back upstairs, Mike? I'll take a look around down here. One of the 3 I can't place. She sounds a little stressed out. All of them do. I silently wish them the best as I try to outdo myself by taking 2 pieces into my mouth this time. They debate back and forth for a little bit. How would it even make its way downstairs? It's probably still in the room. Has to be, right? One of the smaller voices asks if everything's okay. The kind lady says that Dad's just misplaced the gift and everything is fine. They'll find it soon. The man named Dad doesn't argue as I hear his footsteps disappear above me. Good luck to him. I'm sorry, all I can think about is, oh my god, Mr. Murrow Warrior Cat's PRV. Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay. I'll help too, the lady I recognize says. There's some struggle on the last word, like there was last night when she stood up to meet me with her wooden stick. She's quickly interrupted by the other third. No, you shouldn't. You should spend time with the girls. Take a rest and let me handle it. Her footsteps grow faint for a little bit, then louder. They're not that far away from me now. Anyway, crunch, chew. The footsteps stop. The silence is broken by the squeaking door just outside. I recognize the sound from when I pushed it open this morning. The darkness that I'd been living in all morning gives way to a blinding light. Everything feels blurry, but my eyes eventually adjust as I look upwards. How on earth? Another lady. This one's hair is a lot messier than the others. She picks me up, but not before I get one last bite of my treat. Found him! I can hear the nice lady strain a little as she stands to her feet. 2 pairs of tiny footsteps follow close behind her. Finally, I can hear Dad practically fall down from above with one final thud. While the 3 older ones look more relieved than anything, the 2 girls are staring up at me with stars in their eyes. What's his name? Asks the one with glasses. Santa said he'd leave that to you. Any ideas? Replies the lady. Oh, what about Mr. Mo? He looks like a Mo to me. The other little girl, the littlest girl, suggests. Trying to realize they've been talking about me. Oops. I like that. It's settled. Mr. Mo it is. I love this. This is so cute. This breaks my heart. Holly names Adelaide's baby, so Caprice names Millie's baby. Okay, we're safe. No Among Us eyes. Yeah, literally. Mom's coffee. You know I don't really like coffee, but there is one way I like it. Charlie's mom made it for me one time, and I've never gone back. So thank Grandma Leah for this one. Charlie says it doesn't count as coffee, but I'm fine with that. It's even better. Instant coffee, 1 spoonful, and sugar 2 spoonfuls in a mug. Add a tiny bit of hot water from the sink and stir super fast. Would look like a paste. Lick the spoon for good luck. Fill the mug with milk, stirring. Microwave 2 minutes and enjoy. Why are you microwaving it? Why are you microwaving it? Why are you microwaving it? Her final moments. No, I'm just here. No. I'm trying to put together. I'm trying to put together the percept. No, I'm not being a hater. I guess because I would have cooled down, like the hot water would have gone cold in the time that you were stirring it. So then filling it with the cold milk, yeah, it would have gone cold by then. Okay. See, I also have trust issues after learning that a lot of American people don't have kettles and instead microwave their like water for tea or put it over the stove. Like that gave me trust issues, so I had to like think of the process just then, because when I see microwaving liquids, that's all I can think of now. So I needed to go through that step by step. I just boil water. Kettles! Kettle! Don't use a microwave, use a kettle! It is a couple of minutes. You just have to use a kettle exists. Please. Please. I'm begging you. Kettle. Kettle. It's not technically a cookie cake, at least not the kind you'd find in a supermarket, but that's what makes it special.
To be fair, you have microwaved rice.
Okay, look. In my defense, before you guys, okay, I'm gonna explain to you a story. So, back when I studied full-time, I would have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, get ready, get on a train and 2 buses to start full-time at, I'd arrive about 8:40 in the morning. And so that wasn't really time to make breakfast and make lunch, because by the time I'd get home it'd be between 9:30 to, like, depending on what kind of day it was, 9:30 if I was really, really lucky, or 11 p.m. And then I would have to study, and then like shower and have dinner and sleep. And so during that period of time, at full time, they had a microwave and a kettle and a fridge. So my food that I would eat at full time, because I didn't really have time to meal prep, was you can get these cups of rice that you can microwave for 60 seconds. And it was brown rice with chia, and that was kind of like, I would have a cup of brown rice and a coffee that I would manage to pick up on my way, because the train station had like a little like kiosk thing. So I would spend the like, I think it was $5 something for it. So I'd pick up the coffee and I would drink that, and I would eat the rice at lunch. And that was basically my meal until dinner time. So I was dancing from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and my meal from was a cup of brown rice. And so like that brown rice got me through so much. You cannot turn this on me. That rice was my fucking saving grace. Then I'd go home and have dinner. And I'd be drinking a lot of water. Just brown rice. It also had chia seeds in it. So like, there was actually more than just the rice. And so like, even still, sometimes when things are like really, really rough and I'm really, really stressed or like really like short for time, I do fall back onto that. Because I didn't really have time to make anything else. Like, it was grab and go. And I couldn't really go shopping. Like, I didn't have time. Full time was between 5 to 7 days a week, depending on how busy it was. And then I had to work as well. So, like, I didn't get time. So the times that I could buy something, I just grabbed the rice packs because they were quick, they were filling, and that cup of brown rice would keep me full like all day alongside that coffee and 2 liters of water. Tell me you eat proper rice now with a rice cooker. I don't own a rice cooker. This house does not have a rice cooker. I'm sorry. I don't own a rice cooker. Don't marry me. What do you mean, how? How are you alive? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, how are you alive? I don't know how to tell you this, but like, growing up, I did not eat much rice. Rice was not like always like, that was like, we had like potato was a lot of our filler. Potato or pasta was like, welcome to Mari's Strange Food Decisions. There's no strange food decisions here. So like we, at like my parents' house, we did have a rice cooker, but we rarely used it. It mostly just sat there. And I don't think you'll enjoy what the meals the rice was used for. Like, I feel like I'd explain what the rice was used for in those meals and you'll be horrified. So like, yippee! Cause like, guys, I'm Australian, please! Why have a rice cooker when you don't use it? I don't know! I don't know what my parents' decisions were. But like, we didn't really have rice. Like, growing up, the go-to like things to add to your meals were pasta and potato. Boss attack woman over quick draw. I was not blasting her. I was lost on the microwave part. I was not blasting her. I was confused. The same thing was. I'm trying to explain myself because there was a logic between my tiny food. Ain't bad, exactly. We had a lot of potatoes growing up because potatoes were cheap and filling, and you could kind of like put them with like everything. Like, if you ever want to know a good Aussie broke person like thing to eat, it is bangers and mash every fucking time. I ate that shit so fucking much. Like, that was my childhood. Potatoes are so versatile, I can agree with that. Exactly. And also, I don't think you can trust, like, the person who raised me to, like... Yeah. Literally rice for us. Exactly. We just have different things. Mine was potato. Yours is rice. So you can't roast me for not having a rice cooker. God damn it. The way that turned so fast. Oh my god. Measure the chocolate chips and vanilla with your heart. For the vanilla, I usually fill up the cap of the vanilla extract. 3 times 4. Okay. Rice and eggs. See, okay. You're a functioning adult. You can resolve the lack of rice cooker. I don't eat a lot of rice. I don't know how to explain. If I bought a rice cooker, it would be like the blender in this household. The blender sits there, rarely used. Do you want to know how often we use our blender? When we make... I think the early times I use that is when I am making cauliflower soup or crepes. And the last time I have touched that to make that was probably 8 months ago. So that blender's just sitting there collecting dust. The rice cooker would be the same. It would never get used. I'm just saying. We'll get you a multi-purpose rice cooker. Cooking channel on Discord when I was not allowed to cook at all during the off-Kai week. I was banned from the kitchen. I was not allowed to touch the kitchen when I was over there. And I was like, excuse me, I can cook, but according to Rai, my cooking is a disaster. Like, can you microwave? I had a reason for what I did. It's like, that is a super common thing here as well. Like, you can buy, like, there is just as much microwavable rice as there is normal rice. Like, I don't know how to tell you, that is a very common thing in Australia. We can see why now. I make really good food, thank you very much. I am incredible. One of my parents was a chef, so I have some tips and tricks. It's just because one time I accidentally burned the hair off of my arm while I was cooking, while I was like talking with Rai. So then he's like, no, you're never touching anything again. You were screaming, use a kettle in American. Because kettles are like common in America. You can buy them. Like, I don't understand why you microwave it when it's easier to own a kettle. It's just genuinely doesn't make sense to me. And also buy a rice cooker. They're expensive. A kettle's like $10. Like, we have a kettle that was like 10 bucks. Am I gonna find a rice cooker for $10? Let me pull up. I'm not pulling it up on this page. I'm gonna pull it up on here. Rice cooker. Oh my god, JB Hi-Fi sells rice cookers? That's insane. $139, $69, $99, $69. Why is there two that are $69? $59. What the fuck? Stop saying nice. Why was there so many that are 69? Put it on the wish list? No! Oh my god. $99, $149, $129, $189, $249, $124, $59. That's a steamer. Why is that in there? 69. Stop with $69. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna go insane. $149, $149, $199, $329, $369. See? I can't invest that much money. I'm gonna invest that into streaming. I cannot buy a rice cooker because I have to afford covers. Oh my god. Do a cooking stream? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. See, doing a cooking stream would mean I would have to use the kitchen in this house, and I need you to understand. My kitchen has... It's kind of set up so that, like, there is the sink in the middle, a tiny little space for some dishes, and then really forced into the very corner between the tiny little space for your dishes and the oven is the, like, you know how you get those really horrible, shitty, glass, like, stove things? Where you press a button and it just heats up? We have that. So it always cooks wrong because it's not a good quality one because, like, it's old. So it's, like, in a very awkward corner where you have to, like, lean over the counter awkwardly to reach it because it's at an awkward height as well. So, like, trying to do a cooking stream, I wouldn't be able to, like, actually get the camera in there because to be able to have the camera looking at it, it'd have to be behind because it's right up against the wall at an awkward corner, and then I would be in front of it the entire time. It's a bad time. The kitchen in this house is not a good time. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I mean, if you use her code and buy mochi support. That's so true! Oh my god. I stopped shilling my links. Oh my god. A lot of PC was concepted while I had an office job, since I didn't have a lot of desk space. Oh my god, so true. And the notebook would have been too conspicuous anyway. I did a lot of doodles and ideas on a sticky notepad. I used this part of the game's history to help me with the eventual credits video, showing the animation on sticky notes. I have some of these saved still, and others have been sent off as mementos to Caps. There's something really nice about using a pad of paper and embracing every little I love that. Oh my lord. What is that? God bless. I love this. Angel. It's a little unconventional, but most of PC's iterating happened via these little doodles. Almost every day, Theo would have a new batch to share, and we'd pick and choose outfits and scenarios from the various pieces. Getting a new pile of sticky notes was the highlight of my day for a while. The ones Theo ended up mailing to me are some of my favorite pieces of Twofold memorabilia that I own. Much like with Twofold itself, I feel like I could explore this period of time of these characters forever, and a lot of that is thanks to these little windows into their lives. Say psych right now! That's me! Oh my god. Ow. Much like PC itself, the key visual started as more of a vague idea that sort of developed as I went. I didn't consciously think of anything as I drew it, and the first composition I drew ended up being the one I went with for the standalone version. As I rendered it out, I lowered the opacity of Adelaide slightly to give the effect of her being passed already on a whim. The variation of Millie, Olive, and Caprice came about when Cap suggested making the title standalone versus standalone, and creating a separate version. At first, it was going to be just Millie by herself. Then we talked about it some more, and the walk together idea sort of came naturally. I like how the idea of walking side by side with your loved ones is so prevalent in Twofold. I hope the picture gives a healthy dose of grief and love in equal parts, just like her perfect. So true. Coordinated assault on the microphone? What do you mean? Insane. I did nothing wrong. Insane. Thank you for the hydrate. We're never finishing this stream. We will have to eventually finish this stream. It's nearly midnight, and I have to wake up at 5:30. Yippee! Compared to the sticky notes, there actually wasn't much digital planning when it came to art assets. But that doesn't mean there wasn't any. A couple of my favorites include ideas for Caprice's outfits and a CG sketch for scene 4. That means we get a second stream, right? I can't! This will be the last stream. Stop. Using the PC designs for holidays and the like is super inspiring for me. I love to imagine how the childhoods were shaped by the little moments of celebration. What to do if Dad gets a new... Oh, that photo was... Oh, the love of my life, actually. I love her. Oh my god. I needed some help to get there, but I figured it out in the end. Thank you for... Oh, fuck! Ow. They look like a perfect family. Insane. That's it. They say that grief is love with no place left to go, and I think that idea holds true to so much of Twofold, Perfect Circle, and life itself. Every day is a step forward, and I'm so happy I could share this small part of my life with you all. It's hard to cherish something as painful as loss, but it's important to remember it's there for a reason. They're going to be okay. We are too. To my friends, to my family, and to every person who shared in this journey with us, thank you, take care, and be well. See you soon for the next adventure. Perfect Circle was never supposed to exist. Not really. I had begun working on it by myself years ago when my work on Twofold had dried up at the time, but desperately needed something to lose myself in while going through one of the worst periods of my life. Poured a lot of my grief into the project, treating it as a means to work through what life had thrown at me. And that was fine, because it was never going to see the light of day. Oops. As I was talking Thea through Twofold's main story beats after they had agreed to help with CGs, I offhandedly mentioned the project to them. At that point, long since shelved. A day later, they had a pitch ready for review and were asking for my blessing to revive it. For something that only exists due to several miracles stacked atop each other, I really do consider PC as vital, both to Twofold storytelling, as well as a means of self-reflection and healing. If it resonated with even a single other person, all the better. Thank you for reading, and thank you to Theo for seeing its potential and making it really... I got cyan. The release of Twofold has been one of life's most significant markers, an achievement that all those who worked on it should be proud of. Yet it is my opinion that the crowning jewel of this project, the thing that will reveal itself as its enduring hallmark, is Perfect Circle. The amount of effort and love in both its story and presentation cannot be understated, as it perfectly sharpens Twofold's strengths into a fine point that will tear your heart out. For the rest of my life, when I think of Twofold, I'm going to think of Perfect Circle first. Caps and Theo have made something poignant, effective, and deeply moving. Always love you, and I want this to help you remember. But even when I'm gone, you won't ever be. Take care. Love you forever. This is insane. Oh, you can't see it on your head? Haha! You don't get to see it, that's for me. That box really did that to y'all. That's insane. Come on. We did it. We got through the art book. We really derailed that close to the end. Mori really derailed you all when you were this close to finishing Suna. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Oh my lord. Don't apologize for oh my lord. God bless. Fucking twofold, man. God! Aren't you fucking microwaved rice me? Insane. Oi! We're not getting back to this. Unbelievable. So yeah. Oh my god. Guys. Oh my lord. Anyway, sir. Just for microwaving tea, I will. I'll do it. You can't stop me. But yeah. Thank you so much for joining today, guys. I'm actually really sad because, like, this really is the end of the twofold streams. Or this was the last slot. That's yeah. I definitely think out of every VN I have read. Yep, no more twofold, never ever, no more Millie Ochre Freeze or the rest of our lives, you never. You know what? Millie always exists in my heart. But like, I will say, out of every visual novel I've ever played, and I know that you guys always like want to know where I like put them in my heart after I finish playing with them. And like, for a very long time, I was very consistent on like always saying like, oh, Mori. So true. Oh my god. But yeah, I know that like for a very, very long, like a good few months, because like I started playing Please Be Happy in June, and it wasn't until what, November that we started twofold. Every VN we touched, I always said, Please Be Happy will always be my #1. Please Be Happy will always be my favorite. Like, Please Be Happy was what really cemented, like, oh, I really actually like visual novels. But and like we played quite a few in that time, like, and it always was very consistently that. But I feel like I knew from the very first stream of twofold that twofold was gonna be different. And every stream I continued going and agreeing with myself that yeah, no, twofold is something special. And sitting here now, and at this point in time, there's no more twofold. There's no more perfect. Like, this is everything. I can with clear 100% like confidence say that yeah, twofold is like not only my favorite visual novel, but like in terms of story, it is my favorite story I have like been able to experience. The way that twofold has changed my life is insane. Like, I'm not good with words. I normally would pre-plan a lot of this stuff and like write it out and then edit it So I'm editing myself in real time right now. So I apologize for the amount of likes and the stops because I'm real time editing my words. But like, there's something about how every character is portrayed that is a genuinely beautiful experience. And being able to play Perfect Circle today and get that final like scene and it all come together the way it has just really reiterates for me just how important their stories are. Because like, yes, I still do. I am still working on that video, correct. And like, it's definitely hard thinking about the fact that like, for now this is it. Is what, November, January, nope, December. Wow, maybe I do need to go to bed. December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 months. Yeah. It's like, this has been every part of my personality for 7 months now. Consistently. No hesitation. And like, Millie's story. Like, I know I am very like, oh my god, Millie, I love Millie so much. But there is a reason why Millie has really stuck with me and resonated with me as a character. And in terms of feeling this level of attachment to another character, like, it kind of is a lot higher of importance in my like heart than like, I know a lot of people hear me say like, oh, I love Eula, I love Aloy and all that, but there is this one character who has always been very special to me and really sat special in my chest. And I didn't really ever mention my love for this character because like, for me, no one would come close. She was my emotional, like, that was my emotional character. I loved her in a different way to anything else. But, and keep in mind, this has been like that since years. Like, a very long time, years. When did the game release? 2015. So it has been since 2015 that this character has sat in my heart so, like, treasured and special to me. And this is the first time I've come across another character that has actually, like, exceeded that. Which was very overwhelming at first, because, like, that character holds a lot of very, very special meaning to me. To the point of, like, I had a very special part of my life named and dedicated to that character. So, like, to now have Millie also is healing for me. Because when I lost that part of my life that was dedicated to that character, that's when I really got quiet about expressing my love for that character. Because I had 2 years with that part of my life before I lost that part of my life. In honestly, a very traumatic way. So having Millie now is like my own healing. Having a character who I relate to on such a deep level, who I love and adore, who goes through a very, very funny experience like I did with the painting. Oh my god, I just hit my mic. It really just goes to show how, like, you walk into Twofold and you come out with something that is just special to you. And everyone comes out with, like, a character that comes, like, close to their heart. There's, like, there's gonna be people who feel about Olive the way that I feel about Millie. And, like, for Caprice, for Haley, probably even Heather, let's be real. Like, everyone will love a character to an insanely degree. But for me, Millie helped me process a grief that sat in my chest for that long. And now having to kind of feel like I'm saying goodbye, it's very overwhelming because there's never been a character like her in what, nearly 10 years? That has reached to me on such a personal level. Because, like, I know I turn around and I'm like, oh my god, Aspen, I'm so obsessed with Aspen, and oh my god, Hannah, and Aloy, and, like, Becca, like, oh my god. But, like, it's different, you know? And I'm very grateful that I got given the opportunity to play Twofold because I was lucky enough to be given the chance to play it. I was gonna buy it anyway. I ended up using that money to buy it for someone else instead. I was like, here you go, take it. You have it too. But the fact that I was given the opportunity to play it and to get to meet the characters and get very emotionally attached to the characters is a lot, you know? I am very grateful for everything that I've been given from the team, and I really cannot recommend this enough. Theo will be drawing promo art of them pretty constantly, I'm sure, so I don't think they'll ever be out of the public eye. I've already seen sketches. Hey, good. Good. Because I don't think I'm ready to say goodbye to these characters. Because, like, I finally got my first taste of the media that had the character from 2015, and it looks like that character's not in it. And I cried. I cried for like a solid few hours about that because it's like a goodbye I wasn't ready for. I always thought if those characters came back, she would come back. Yeah, or, yeah, right, exactly. So, having that, like, and then seeing that that media's coming back and that character's not coming back, I feel like I'm gonna be even more attached to Millie now because, yeah, Millie has kind of filled that gap in, like, my, like, fixation and interest and everything. So it'll be very interesting, and I'm very, interested to see how it'll continue. Because, yeah, she's become very important to me in my own development, and my own change, and my own growth, and she makes me, like, some of the things that she's written to say in it all has, I know it's inspired a lot of people, like, I can name, like, 3 people off the top of my head who have quoted Millie in things. One of them lucky. But her stories really inspired me for changes and having to let go of things that don't make you happy anymore, because I literally had to do that around the time I was reading that line the first time. So I was like, holy shit. Insane. And, like, yeah. Millie is very special to me. And I'm very grateful that I got to experience playing Twofold and getting to meet these characters and fall in love with these characters. And now I have 3 extra moms. Yes, I have 3 extra moms. Yeah. I don't know how I know I was streaming. Everyone say thank you to Caps, Theo, and Twofold Team for literally, thank you for ever altering the course of my life. I don't think I'm ever gonna be the person I was before Twofold. But in, like, a better way. Like, I'm never gonna be the same person, positive. I think I've come out of this learning a lot of things that I needed to personally hear and wasn't listening to. And seeing it happen to Millie kind of really helped. Because there's things that upset Millie that have been said to me that upset me. And having her react the same way that I would have, I was like, wow, holy shit. Or, like, things said about Millie that have been said about me where I'm like, Oh. Oh boy. Caps. Exactly. A good way is to buy twofold merch on the official Studio Elon store using referral code CHILLREALIA. Oh, no. It's okay, you got the exclamation point correct. That's all that matters. But yeah, no, like, there are things that... Like, there was one scene that hit me really hard because something another character says is almost word for word something that someone said about me, that seeing that written made me flinch. And like, they said that to my face and not to another character, so seeing that written out, I was like, oh my fucking god, it was a time. So like, there's been a lot of moments in Twofold where I'm just like, okay, we're getting a little bit too relatable here, guys. We're getting a little bit too relatable. Chill. But I think that's what makes it so special to me. And there's probably a lot of people that also have that as well. Yeah. Hitting a little too close. Yeah, no, literally. Because, like, I remember the thing that was said from another character in here that made me flinch was said to my face after finding out about a family member's C-word diagnosis. So for me, see, it was like, Jesus Christ. It was a funny time. So yeah, it was a very funny time for me. The writing and art and everything about it is incredible. No, it really is, like, just wow. I feel like that was like, I've dropped way too much Mari lore today. Anyway, so, yeah, thank you so much for joining today. Once again, I am really, really grateful, for the fact that I was given the opportunity to become a Bellflower in Gen 1. I look forward to everything that will entail in the future. Yeah, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity. My gen mates, my ambassador mates are incredible people, and I'm so excited to get to know them more and work alongside them. I get to now call them all Oomphy, and they're gonna have to live with that, and I think that's funny. Don't tell them I said that. One day I'm gonna turn around and call them Oomphy, and we're gonna see what happens. That's our secret, though. You can't tell them that. I just want to be able to call someone Oomphy that's not Neki or Mori. You know? I'm getting bullied in my DMs. Anyway, by the way, your Oomph is streaming right now. Oh my god, Oomph is streaming! Wait. Guys, we can't let her know that I call her Oomph. We can't do that. That's our secret, okay? Alright, we'll go say hi. Probably, yeah, no, she won't be finishing stream soon, right? No, we're totally fine. Yeah, let's do it. It's already clipped. No! Guys! Insane! Guys! Can't believe this. Unbelievable. Anyway, we're gonna raid a pink cat. What do we say? What do we think? Yeah, we're gonna raid a lovely, lovely British pink cat. A kitty. Don't worry, my lips are sealed. Sure, I believe. Yippee! Alright, so. Yes, tomorrow I will be streaming Lost Ember. You guys better be there. This is a big thing for me. A very big thing for me. Yes, don't mention anything about Twofold. We just say that we played we don't explain Perfect Circle. We don't go into details. We just say if she asks, you don't give anything away. We let the hot soul-crushing stuff happen naturally. But yes, remember, you need to be there tomorrow because it's a very big thing for me because I've put off playing this game for years. And by putting it in my schedule, that's forcing me to finally play it. So you guys need to be there so that you can experience it with me. That's the rules. I've put it off long enough. I need you to keep me held accountable by being there as I play this game that I have had access to for years. It's called Lost Ember. It's bonding, like, for us. We're all fire aligned. You're my kindlings. So anyway, as we say at the end of every stream, rant over. Yeah, so as we say at the end of every stream, stay safe, make good choices. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Behave when you get raided. Thank you, King. Bye.